available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Saline Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Saline Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salineortho.com. Saline Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses acquire relief loans to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Hillsboro High School, we're about 2.5 minutes away from the tip here on Countdown to Tip-Off as we dig a little bit deeper into this Hillsboro Lady Trojan team. This is the team that is off to a good start. Under first-year head coach, they are 4-0. Under first-year head coach Micah Ratzliff. Ratzliff was the Tabor men's coach and then slid over here across town to the high school to take over the girls' squad. They were 13-9 last season. So far offensively, they're averaging 51 points a game while just giving up 28 points a game. They are ranked 4th in Class 2A in the state of Kansas, and this is an athletic group. Most of these girls were on a squad that won the Class 2A state volleyball championship here this fall. And this is a team that, boy, they have some height. When you look at their two leading scorers, and Savannah Shahan, a 5'11 junior, and also Zaylee Worth, a 6-foot junior, they are some girls that can really fill it out. Shahan's averaging 23 points a game, along with her 5.5 rebounds. Worth, meanwhile, her scoring is down this year. She's averaging 10 points a game, but she's still grabbing 6.5 rebounds, and she's averaging almost 9 assists through the first 4 games. And Coach Francis Flax, so anytime you look at that and you have a girl that's 6 foot tall that can facilitate the ball and get others involved, boy, that's pretty special, isn't it?
That's very special. And you know, you hit it on the head. Their size is something else for a 2A school. And as you look at them out here on the court warming up pregame, this looks like a small college team. Yeah. This doesn't necessarily look like a 2A high school team.
These girls were young last year. I just mentioned both of these leaders for Hillsboro are juniors, of course, sophomores last year. Southeast of Saline was able to turn this into a little bit of a full-court game. They went baseline to baseline, sideline to sideline, and they made the Hillsboro girls run where they weren't comfortable. Now a year older, but I think the game plan probably still has to stay the same for Shauna Smith, doesn't it?
I would think you're right. And I'll tell you this, every game, you ask me what the keys to the game are for the girls. They have to be able to rebound.
Yeah.
If they can't rebound again, if they give Hillsboro 2-3 shots every possession, we'll be in trouble. But however, if we can limit their shots and get out in transition, I think it'll be a great game.
It also helps when you play like you did on Tuesday night against Abilene, and you keep that turnover number under 10. Just 8 turnovers in what really was kind of a helter-skelter game against the Abilene Cowgirls on Tuesday, and Southeast of Saline won the turnover count, forcing Abilene to 24 turnovers while Southeast of Saline had just 8. Let's go over starting lineups now for the Hillsboro Lady Trojans. They will have in their starting lineup, looks like they'll start out with Zaylee Worth. No shock there. Zaylee is a 6-foot junior. She's averaging 9.5 points per game, also 6.5 rebounds. She is grabbing also 8.8 assists per contest. Savannah Shahan, a 5'11 junior. She is the leading scorer on this team. She is averaging 23 points a game. She's also grabbing 5.5 rebounds. Also, Ansley Brewer, a 5'9 junior, 5.5 points per game. Also, 4.5 rebounds per contest for Hillsboro. Also in the starting lineup is Corey Arnold, a 5'4 senior, averaging 7.5 points per game. And Kingsley Ratzliff, a 5'10 freshman, averaging 3 points and 5.5 rebounds per contest. The head coach is Micah Ratzliff in his first season. For Southeast of Saline's Trojans, under the direction of Shauna Smith, she's assisted by Steve Reedy. They are led by Brielle Potacek, a 5'4 junior, averaging 10 points a game. Also a couple of rebounds and a couple of assists per contest. Lexi Jacobson averaging right around double-digit scoring, along with one of the leading rebounders on this team. The other leading rebounder is Maddie Harris at the guard spot. She's a 5'5 junior, averaging 7.5 points per game and also 5 rebounds per contest. Then the pair of seniors for Southeast of Saline, 5'9 senior Reagan Getz, averaging over 12 points a game, 3.5 rebounds and an assist. And Avery Castleman, a 5'8 senior, averaging 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists per contest. We already talked about the New Image Audio keys to success tonight for Southeast of Saline. Keep the turnovers down, keep the rebounding up. And you hear the message from New Image Audio, remote start. If you don't have it on your car, they can do it easily because, Coach, it's going to get cold here in the next 10 days, isn't it?
I tell you what, it's cold right now, and it's going to get a lot worse.
Talking single digits for some of the highs.
But you know what? When you're inside a gymnasium, none of that matters.
The great thing about basketball is we've never had a rain delay.
Well, we've had some power outages.
I was going to say, maybe we should knock on wood the way we started the season there. Hillsboro will come out. They're sitting to the right of the scores table as you view the court opposite side as you see live stream video on SalinePost.com. They will be on your left. They're wearing white trimmed in maroon and gold. Southeast of Saline comes out. They are wearing their road purples for just the second time this year, trimmed in black and white. In the center circle, it will be Lexi Jacobson. She will tip it up here against Savannah Shahan, and Shahan's going to win the tip, and it will come back to Zaylee Worth. Here's a drive, and a shot put up. That is no good. And a rebound by Southeast of Saline. They did what they needed to do on the first trip down the floor. Now Maddie Harris lost the basketball. Diving in trying to save it is Avery Castleman, and the arrow will keep it right here. Avery just saved a possession for her squad.
She sure did. Maddie was going to pass the ball, then wasn't going to pass it, and the ball got away from her.
Brielle Potacek will inbound it now just in front of the Hillsboro bench. Harris works over to the left, now swings it back right. Castleman took that single dribble, maybe thought about a three, but she'll keep it in her pocket and play it right wing to Reagan Getz. Getz just signed this week on Wednesday to Kansas Wesleyan to continue her career. Here's Castleman for three, and she drains it home. A good quality possession. First trip down the floor for Southeast.
Once again, typical Southeast basketball. Every girl touched the ball in that possession.
Castleman gets them started with a three-pointer. That's exactly how the game started on the road in Beloit last Friday. But a three-pointer coming back down the floor is answered by Corey Arnold. Arnold averages about 7.5 a game. Here's Getz in transition. Long two for her just inside of the three-point arc. Now a rebound by Lexi Jacobson. Lexi, though, surrounded by Hillsboro Lady Trojans, and will go back the other way after she lost it. First turnover of the game there for Southeast of Saline. Worth with it. Got the ball up high near her shoulder. She did not put it back down on the floor, though. Now dump off to the low block area, and a shot up no good by Ansley Brewer. Up the floor. Here comes Southeast. They want to run early. There's a bumping foul down on the block. We'll play through it and play on. Castleman for another three. Off the iron left-hand side. Rebound down low. Zaylee Worth.
Was a good shot. Good possession. Unfortunately, the shot didn't go in.
Worth gets all the way to the cup, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound, Maddie Harris. Harris wants to start the break. It's a 2-on-4, but she's going to drive right through the middle of it and leave it for Lexi Jacobson. Lexi left her layup. It's too strong off the backboard, no good.
It was a well-executed fast break. 2-on-3, however, Maddie delivered the ball at the right time, and it was uncontested layup.
3-3 our score. We are about 2 minutes into this, 2:05 in. Shauna Smith whispering in the ear of the official over here on the near side. Savannah Shahan with her first basket. Hillsboro takes their first lead of the night. Here's Brielle Potacek now on the right wing. As Southeast of Saline's offense was looking for Harris, cutting down the lane, and that's going to be another turnover for Southeast of Saline. Here comes Hillsboro. They have a loose girl up the floor, and a shot again missed down low. That's going to be the second miss by Ansley Brewer down low. Here comes Southeast back with it, trailing by 2. This game high tempo so far, which I think favors Southeast. There's Jacobson inside, rising and scoring.
That was a nice shot, and Jacobson came across that post like she wanted the basketball. They got it to her. She didn't hesitate. Off the glass and in.
Coach Lexi was quiet against Abilene in the victory on Tuesday, only had 2 points.
You know, she, as well as Brielle, had a subpar game against Abilene as far as point performance goes.
5-5 is our score here as we work our way towards the halfway mark of the first quarter. Shahan gets into the paint. Now she plays it off to the left wing. Corey Arnold has it over there. Back up to Shahan now. She'll drive and kick it out again. It's off the hands of Arnold and out of bounds. Hillsboro commits their first turnover of the night. 5-5 is our score. First substitution into the game. It will be for Hillsboro. McKenna Reed also into the contest for Southeast of Saline will be Addison Rohr. She scored 4 against Abilene on Tuesday, and also Abigail Pearson.
Well, the pace of the game is going to favor substitutions. You've got to stay fresh, and it's going to be a physical game, as you can tell.
Maddie Harris out of the game. Reagan Getz brings the ball up the floor. Reagan for 3 off the front of the rim. That's no good. Shahan going after the rebound. She tips it to herself out to the corner, and she will gather it up in front of her coach. Here comes Hillsboro now down the right-hand sideline. Kingsley Ratzliff has the basketball. Now it ends up with Shahan up top. A couple of crossover dribbles. Now she pulls left, and she'll play it into the hands of McKenna Reed. Zone defense being applied. It's a little 2-3 set here by Southeast, and a traveling violation will be issued here to the Hillsboro Lady Trojans. 2 turnovers for each team.
Well, Southeast playing good defense. There's no question about that. They're doing a good job of keeping them, confused is what I would say, because Hillsboro thinks they know where they want to go with it, and then it's not there.
And nobody does that better that I've seen in the last couple of seasons than Shauna Smith's squad. They can switch defense pretty much every time down the floor if they would like to. And now a traveling violation goes back here against Southeast of Saline. The official on that side said Reagan Getz started her movement a little too early. Avery Castleman back into the game. Brielle Potachik will come out. Also, Reagan Getz comes out. Maddie Harris back in for Southeast of Saline. Zaylee Worth took a quick break there for the Hillsboro Lady Trojans. She's back in now. She'll take a drive, hand it off the dribble to Kingsley Ratzliff. Now a three-pointer on the right wing. 2 short, no good. Jacobson with the rebound. Up the floor, left-hand sideline. Harris will go to Pearson. Now back to Maddie Harris between the rings. Lost the ball momentarily. Now she gets it back. Jacobson on the right-hand side to Pearson. Pearson's going to drive, collect the contact, and free throws coming up for Abba Pearson.
That's a good job for a freshman, just deciding, heck, I'm going to take it to the bucket, create some contact, and see what happens. And now she's at the line.
First foul of the game here as we are 4.5 minutes into this contest. Abigail Pearson at the free throw line will get 2. Her first one is up, and it's no good. That foul on McKenna Reed is her first. Second free throw being cashed in here by Pearson, and she makes it. 1 of 2 at the free throw line for Abigail Pearson as she is able to put Southeast back out in front. Here's 6-5. Worth walking the ball up the floor. I think the tempo that we're off to so far, Coach, is really favoring Southeast of Saline. We see these Hillsboro girls already wanting to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, you do see that. And, I think that I saw that Coach Smith said, well, maybe we better not shoot so many threes tonight. I think the threes is going to be the difference in the game.
Yeah.
If we can hit a few, because you just look, the girl they just put into games bigger than anybody we have out on the floor.
Yeah. And this Hillsboro team, they don't make a ton of threes. They only make about 2.5 3-pointers on average per contest. So if it gets into a shootout like that, I have all the confidence in Southeast of Saline. Here's Harris on the pick and roll looking inside at Addison Rohr. Rohr was not able to get the seal on the defender down low, and it's going to be a turnover for Southeast, therefore. 6-5, Southeast of Saline. Inside, Worth backs down the defender, and she's able to get up and score with a contortionist move off the glass.
It was a good move, though. Got to give it credit for that.
Back out in front is Hillsboro now. 7-6, their 1-point lead. Pearson with it. She'll put it on the floor now. Beautiful leave off to Addison Rohr. Give the assist to Pearson and the bucket to Addison Rohr.
Well, that's two underclassmen showing what they are capable of doing.
Freshman and sophomore on that one. Here's an unattended three by Shahan. That's up no good. Pearson goes to the baseline for the rebound. Now to Maddie Harris. Maddie with the accelerator, mashed on the floor. Little hesitation dribble all the way to the rack. She's going to score. Maddie Harris. That little hesitation high leg kick, and she was able to take it all the way off the window.
I chuckle about that because, you know, I worked with she a little bit, and we definitely worked on that hesitation and take it to the basket.
Steal now by Avery Castleman. She went on the floor after it. Cross-court pass to Pearson to the rack. Abbott can't get that one to go down, but Rohr inside has the offensive rebound. Well, these Southeast Lady Trojans are scrapping on the glass here early on. They lead at 10-7 with 1:25 left to go in the first quarter. Boy, and Getz got sped up there, turned around where Pearson was standing. Pearson wasn't there anymore, and it goes out of bounds. That is turnover number 5 now for Southeast of Saline as Brielle Potacek checks back in. And a timeout taken here by Hillsboro. Micah Ratzliff wants to talk about it. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside. 1:23 left to go here in the first period. Southeast of Saline 10, Hillsboro 7 as you listen to it on KINA.
Need to make a power purchase by year's end? Can Equip has got you covered. With 14 locations, you'll find quality pre-owned inventory changing daily. Browse inventory right from your smartphone at canequip.com to see what's available. Looking for something specific? Visit Can Equip in Salina and talk to a sales professional to help you find it before the year is out.
Can equip you. Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansans for over 100 years. We are a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Out of the full timeout from Hillsboro, Southeast of Saline playing defense. Hillsboro with the basketball. Little ball fake there by McKenna Reed. She gets into the paint, loses the handle, but then gathers it up. She'll play it out to Savannah Shahan. Shahan now up top to Ratzliff, now to Worth. Back to Shahan. She mishandled the dribble. And Reagan gets there to poke it away, but Hillsboro will keep it. Inside a minute now left to go first quarter. Left-hand wing, here's a dribble to the right and a shot up no good off the backboard. And Pearson takes it in for Southeast. Here comes Maddie Harris up the left-hand side. Castleman faked the three, now back inside. Inside-outside offense there between Harris and Castleman. They can't capitalize and get a shot. Here's Getz now working her way through. Fade away off the window, finds a hole as it goes into the cup. Beautiful move by Reagan Getz for her first basket. 6 different Southeast of Saline players have now scored in this first quarter. 12-7 is our score. Worth with the dribble, loses it now. She's down on one knee. Ball squirts free to the corner. Hillsboro, though, will scoop it up with 11 seconds left to go on the clock. Reed looked inside momentarily. She's being shut down right now by Brielle Potacek. Now a pass across the lane, and Hillsboro with 3 seconds left will force one up from Worth, and a foul will be called on Southeast of Saline with 0.2 of a second to go in the quarter.
Well, you gotta put your whistle in your mouth when it gets to that part of the clock.
Just the first foul for Southeast of Saline. It goes on Brielle Potacek. Zaylee Worth will go to the free throw line where she makes the free throw. First free throw attempt of the day so far for Hillsboro. Zaylee Worth now has 3 points.
You know, Devin, do you think we'll see the Southeast girls will see a team taller than this year? This reminds me of the Goodland team from last year in the state tournament.
Southeast will run the quarter out here, and they will trail 12-9 as we are at the end of the first quarter. Southeast of Saline up by 3. You're listening on KINA and also watching live stream video on SalinaPost.com. It's free of charge, and it's presented by Smart Insurance with offices in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington.
Hi. Hi, it's Sarah.
And Addison.
Are you the guy who doesn't know what to give your wife or parents for Christmas because they already have everything? Give them the gift of time from Mary Maids in Salina and Abilene. It's perfect. Who doesn't need more time? Gift certificates are available in any denomination. Mary Maids can clean your house from top to bottom. So give the gift of time this Christmas with a gift certificate from Mary Maids in Salina and Abilene.
Find Mary Maids on Facebook or at marymaids.com.
Mary Maids, relax. It's done.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Hillsboro High School, Hillsboro will start out with the basketball. Southeast of Saline has the lead as we start second quarter action. Devin Haney, Francis Flax back here at Hillsboro High, and a quick shot that is up and good from Corey Arnold. That, along with a three-pointer in the first quarter, gives her 5 for the game. Hillsboro back within 1. Rel Potacik with it. It's Potacik gets Castleman, Harris, and Jacobson on the floor for Southeast of Saline. Potacik went to the goal on the right-hand side, got it partially blocked and taken away here by Hillsboro. Lady Trojans from Hillsboro up the floor. Dribble drive handoff to Arnold. Now far corner they will go to Kingsley Ratzliff. Back to Arnold now, back to Ratzliff. They try a little cut to the lane there by Shahan. It's going to be swatted out of bounds by Southeast.
Well, this is going to be a challenge this first minute or two of this quarter. See how we react.
Arnold open off the inbounds, and Worth went across the floor and found her. Corey Arnold now leading the way for Hillsboro with 8 points.
Probably, if you're Coach Smith, not what you wanted to see there on an out-of-bounds play.
14-12 is the score. Hillsboro scored the first 5 to take a 2-point lead. Here's Getz inside, challenging the trees. She's going to be denied, and Hillsboro can't save it before it goes out of bounds off the deflection. It will stay with Southeast of Saline. They will inbound underneath their own basket.
Southeast looks a little tentative now driving to the bucket because they've gotten the last couple of shots swatted away from them as they go in there.
Getz has it now up top. She'll pull right to Avery Castleman on the Southeast of Saline offense. Those two playing catch now on that side. They look just a little out of sync here, don't they, Coach?
Yeah, they do.
There's Jacobson for a long shot. That's going to hit the rim, and a rebound coming in, and the officials are going to say that popped up over the backboard off the rim out of bounds.
Yeah, we had a girl wide open there in the corner waiting and had a pick set for her and never got her the ball.
14-12, Hillsboro, a little 5-0 run here to start the second quarter. They also scored the last 2 points of the first quarter to make it a 7-0 run. Now a body foul will be called here against Reagan Getz.
Well, I'm not sure about that. The girl from Hillsboro was doing a lot of stuff there.
Yeah. She is a physical player, whether she has the ball or not. You watch her, it's always a forearm, always a little elbow, always a little wrist.
That's a travel that they might have missed.
Pass out left-hand wing now. Ratzliff has it. She's bottled up now. Avery Castleman trying to go back to the paint. She'll find Zaylee Worth. Spin move inside, and a bucket is good. Zaylee Worth has a half a dozen now for 6. This run continues for Hillsboro. Castleman trying to stop it with a 3. That one rattles off no good. Zaylee Worth with the rebound. She wants to run. Coming up near hand sideline. Hillsboro leading by 4. And that is after trailing by 5. On offense, they're going to dump it off down low. Shot up, no good. Fight for the rebound. It's going to be won by Hillsboro. They'll keep it here on their offensive end.
I think that's the biggest thing right now for us is trying to limit their opportunities.
Worth took a moment there to get a breather and let her team rest. She put the ball on her hip and tried to gather herself. Hillsboro doesn't like this pace. There's Worth now inside trying to back it. Gets down again. And now she'll play it out to Arnold. Right-hand side we go to Ratzliff. She'll have it. Now wants to drive on Maddie Harris, and Harris will foul her.
Yeah.
Maddie Harris guilty of the foul. That's her first personal foul. Team foul number 3 for Southeast of Saline.
Well, the difference right now is Worth is being able to get into the lane. And then from there on, either she shoots it or passes it, and it's creating problems for the Trojans.
Free throw no good for Kingsley Ratzliff. She will get a second one here. Zaylee Worth will come out of the game. Also, Reagan Getz will come out as well. Second free throw will go in. 10-point run here for Hillsboro. Rel Potacik has the ball. She was unattended. Now she's going to take a dribble to her right and drop a 3. That'll stop a 10-0 run.
I think we're going to have more of that. Like I said, I think that maybe Coach didn't want us to shoot so many threes tonight, but I think that's going to be the deal for us to stay in it.
Coming into this week, Southeast of Saline through their first 3 games, we're making three-pointers at a 45% clip. If you can do that, why not? Here's Jacobson all the way down the floor, speeding to the rim. She left another one off the mark on the left-hand side of the goal, and Hillsboro coming back with it. It's a 2-point game, 17-15, as we approach the halfway mark of the second quarter. Hillsboro with the basketball. Ratzliff has it, had it poked away by Maddie Harris, but then gets it back. Corey Arnold has it now. Ratzliff has taken over the ball handling duties with Zaylee Worth on the bench. And now a traveling violation as Southeast of Saline's defense disruptive there will make Hillsboro commit their 6th turnover. Into the game, Reagan gets back for Southeast of Saline. Also, Trudy Hine checks in for Hillsboro, and Zaylee Worth will check in as well. Halfway through this second quarter, 17-15. Keep it tuned right here at halftime. We'll talk to Bryson Flax, get his reflection on the Abilene game on Tuesday, and also what is a pretty big task in front of his Trojans here tonight, playing this Hillsboro squad. Pearson with it now. Little pick and roll between her and Getz, and that ball just too out of place and too hard coming from Pearson. Getz couldn't handle it, and it's the 6th turnover for Southeast.
It was the right play call. I think that Abby just threw it a little bit too hard as Getz was cutting a little bit. It was a little bit behind her.
Hillsboro has the ball back, leading by 2. Over in the far corner with it, McKenna Reed might have got away with a shuffle. Now they play
another one
up top to Hine. She got away with a shuffle. Now a skip pass back. Rel Potacik nearly stole it. Reed has it. Now she'll dump it down low to Hine. Another traveling that might have gone uncalled. Now Worth inside, and they're going to call a bailout foul. Worth sometimes goes to the rim, and you wonder what's on her mind. She's getting there for contact. I mean, I don't know how else you explain it. She is a very physical player.
She is, but she does have a very nice spin move, and she gets in there and maneuvers and has a little old school in her also.
Yeah. Worst free throw is up and good. She has 7 points. That foul was on Brielle Potacik. That'll be her 2nd. Team foul number 4 for Southeast of Saline. Hillsboro has only committed 1 foul so far here in this half. Second free throw on the way. That's going to miss the mark. No good. Rebound tipped around and taken in by Shahan. She's been quiet in this game. Then she missed her putback, and Jacobson will clean it up. Now to Getz. Getz all the way to the rack. She's going to have her shot blocked out of bounds, and Southeast of Saline will have a chance here to run baseline offense.
When you go to the basket against Hillsboro, you have to chest up to the defensive player, or else they're going to block your shot.
18-15, Southeast on their baseline. Gets down low to Jacobson. She'll hang and shoot, knock it down. That's a second shot like that for Lexi Jacobson. She now has 4.
We need her after her subpar performance on Tuesday night.
1-point game. Hillsboro, Southeast of Saline. Hillsboro leading by 1. They have the basketball. Reed inside, threw it away. Jacobson took it. 7 turnovers for Hillsboro. Maddie Harris now to the left-hand side. Avery Castleman. Castleman looking for Getz. Now they bring it around in front of the Hillsboro bench on the right-hand side of the offense. Pearson with a little jab step to the rack. Can't get it to go. She left that layup long, and Hillsboro will clean it up. 2:25 left to go.
She did a nice job, though, of getting her body between the defender and the basket.
Worth with it. Again, collides into a Southeast player, and Jacobson gets the rebound. Boy, Lexi working hard in there on those boards. She's being challenged tonight. Long pass up the floor. Jacobson with it. Jab step at the defender. Baseline hanger. Won't go. Battle for the rebound on the backside. Pearson's going to win it for Southeast. Out to Getz for a guarded three. Too strong. Won't go. Another battle for the rebound, and Zaylee Worth will take it. We're inside 2 minutes left to go here in this second quarter. Worth looking over at her bench to see what Micah Ratzliff has on his mind.
They definitely don't want to run, do they?
No, they don't. Avery Castleman comes out to guard her now. Gets out there as well. She'll hedge the screen, come out. Bad pass there by Hillsboro, but they were going to keep it. Ratzliff bailed him out. Over on the right-hand side to Reed. Now back to Ratzliff. They go back to Worth. She's in the keyhole. Nearly had the ball taken away by Abigail Pearson. Now a spin move by Ratzliff along the baseline, and a 3-second violation down low on Trudy Hine. Addison Rohr will check into the game for Southeast of Saline. Also into the game for Hillsboro will be Ansley Brewer.
It's really a great high school basketball game.
It is. And you kind of love to have these, don't you, before the holiday break? Yeah. It just gives you great tape to watch. And if you can come out of one of these with a win, that's even better, right? 18-17. Hillsboro leading by 1. Southeast of Saline with it on the left-hand side of their offense. Here's a pick for Castleman. Hillsboro came sprinting out at it, though, and bottled Avery up. She passed it off to Maddie Harris. Inside a minute left to go. Backdoor cut. Gets. Layup. Won't go. That's about the 4th layup that Southeast has missed here in this first half. Got the layup bug that carried over Tuesday night from the Abilene game. Boy, they missed a lot of layups in that game.
Yeah, and we've missed 3 or 4 in this one.
Southeast will keep it underneath their own basket here. Nobody's on Reagan Getz. She's going to catch and shoot. Can't get it to go. Rebound on the backside, controlled by Castleman. 45 seconds left to go. Still working our way through second quarter here. Southeast trying to overcome a 1-point deficit. Pearson with a long jumper. That won't go. Ball on the floor, and now Getz goes down after it. I think that caught Hillsboro a little bit off of guard there, as Southeast of Saline will keep it on the possession arrow.
Yeah, it looked like Hillsboro thought, well, there's 3 of us here. One of us is going to get it. Nobody got it.
Addison Rohr will check out. Lexi Jacobson back in for this offensive set. 35 seconds left to go before halftime. Castleman with it. She'll swing it around to Harris. Harris top of the circle. Now back to Getz. That ball got deflected and knocked off its path. Clock down to 25. Getz. Left-hand wing now to Pearson. She's bottled up in a double team. Had the ball deflected and taken away. 7th turnover for Southeast of Saline. Now Hillsboro in control.
That's those long arms of those Hillsboro girls.
Leading by 1, 10 seconds left. Worth holds up a thumb on her right hand. Now she's going to drive to the right-hand side. Gets there to check her. She tried to spin move. Good defense by Reagan Getz. And the ball comes off and put in by Trudy Hine. Actually, that's Ansley Brewer. And it'll be a 3-point Hillsboro lead at the buzzer. 20-17 our score. Hillsboro with a big start to the second quarter, and they will take a 3-point lead into the locker room at halftime. That brings us to our halftime report. It's the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report. When we come back, we'll have numbers from the first half. Also, Bryson Flax will join us. We'll talk Southeast of Saline Trojan basketball. It's all coming up. Hillsboro leading Southeast of Saline at the break, 20-17 here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Hi, everyone. It's Flanell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here at halftime, brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. 20-17, Hillsboro with a 3-point lead. They finished the first quarter and started the second quarter on a 10-0 run to overcome a 5-point deficit. Time now for our chat with Bryson Flax as we look ahead to the second game of our doubleheader tonight. Should be a good one between southeast of Saline and Hillsboro. We'll reflect on the victory over Abilene on your home floor Tuesday night, Coach. 77-59, the final score. How'd you feel about this one after you had a chance to go back and reflect?
It was good for us. I thought we played really well defensively. To be honest with you, we got a ton of deflections, which led to, quite a few steals for us, which ultimately led to quite a few buckets for us, and we preach being long, athletic, being in the right spaces, and getting those deflections. And I thought our guys did a great job getting them. And then obviously when the ball was, what we consider a 50-50 ball, we did a good job of getting them. But that was obviously key for us.
You mentioned it, and I mentioned it during the broadcast several times, forcing Abilene into almost 30 turnovers. It boggled my mind how many of those turnovers were off of on-ball defense and deflections, and that ball came out silly and then somebody else got the steal. And that's not always stuff that you see in the box score. I mean, it was complete team defense, and then the flipping the switch of going from defense to offense and being productive on the other end. There wasn't a lot of offense ran in this game.
No, we ran, a couple sets and got in the half court a handful of times, but really, yeah, we were pretty good in transition. And we had I told them before the game that I wanted them to be 2-1 on our assisted turnover, and we were about 19 and 10, I think, is what we ended up. But we're going to turn the ball over a little bit because of how fast we play. I understand that, but we're sharing the ball at a really high level right now, and we're getting a lot of assists, so that's a positive.
When you went back and watched film, who really stuck out to you? I know Eli Sawyer's night was just incredible. 29 points in 3 quarters. Of course, he enters the 1,000-point club. But who else stuck out to you in this game?
I thought, obviously, Drake was really good on Catone and really made him work all night. But, Drew Richardson hit 2 big shots off the bench, came in, played really good defense on Catone as well. And then Jake and Caden do, a lot for us, being undersized, being inside, banging around and whatnot. And Abilene was a lot bigger than them, but I thought that those 2 off the bench played really well. And it's just, Kaysen did a lot of good things. He wasn't shooting the ball well, but he did a lot of good things for us. And anytime he's on the floor, because of the way he's been shooting, it spaces things a little better for us and allowed some others to get downhill because of it. So a lot of individual efforts that amounted to a really good team win as well.
Kaysen Lilly is going to score at least 1 runner a game for you. I mean, that's almost like his standard shot if he's inside the 3-point line.
Yeah, he's worked hard on that shot, and he used to, last year I consider him almost more of a 3-and-D guy, and then he hit a couple mid-range jumpers in the state tournament, and then, this summer really worked on it on the offensive end, and he's been doing a really nice job for us. Like I said, he can stretch the floor for us and space things out a little bit. I like our opportunities, one-on-one from the high post or short corners.
This Hillsboro team is a little bit different beast than what Abilene is. If you want to turn up the volume, I'm sure they'll be more obliged than to go that type of pace with you. And it's a team that preseason ranked number 1 after they won the Class 2A state title last year. They played some really good teams early on. They lost to Sterling. They lost to Inman, both really good basketball teams. But since then, they've rebounded. They beat a very good Moundridge team. They beat Lions last Friday night. What do you think about this Hillsboro team this season?
They're committed to being themselves. They run the same offense that they've run for a long time, and they don't mind, running it for 35, 45 seconds until they find something they like. A lot of the same defensively. They're not as big, not as physical as they've been in the past, but they definitely play hard and they get after it on the defensive end. And that's something when you're so well coached. It doesn't matter who you have out there. The system, the way you play is the way you play, and all these guys have really accepted that. And then obviously they got one of the best guards in the state in Brecken Retzliff, and he brings a whole different challenge.
You and I have had the same conversation about Brecken Retzliff for the last 3 years. I'm going to see if it continues to be the same this year since he's finally a senior. It's almost as if he's going to get into double digits. You just can't let him get others involved, right? Is that still the same plan?
Yeah, that's quite a, that is the plan, right? He's going to get his.
Yeah.
We're going to make him work for him. But we can't let him get downhill, because when he gets downhill, then it becomes, he starts dicing either direction, throwing it with either hand. He's like a little smaller version of Nakari when he's going downhill, and then obviously he can pull up and he can finish at the rim. So he's a tough guard. Drake's going to have his hands full, but we got to be good everywhere else.
What do you want to see from your guys tonight?
Well, we got to stay locked in as we've been.
Yeah.
Against Abilene, we were taking ourselves out of position a little bit and playing some 5-on-4, some 4-on-5, I guess you call it. But, just stay solid defensively, get after it, and then on the offensive end, just continue to share the basketball.
Good luck. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thanks, Evan.
Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight will take on Hillsboro, the defending champion in Class 2A and currently ranked in the top 10 of Class 2A. 60 seconds, we'll be back with stats from the first half and third quarter action. It's a 3-point girls contest. Hillsboro leading Southeast of Saline here on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Hunters, don't miss the 2023 Whitetail Summit. This is an opportunity to hear from some of the most highly regarded experts in the whitetail management field. Our event will feature Dr. Bronson Strickland from Mississippi State University and Don Higgins, founder of Real World Wildlife and co-host of the Chasing Giants podcast, as well as Wes Delks, a Higgins outdoor consultant. This event will include a meal and exclusive show specials from our sponsors. Doors open at 9:30 a.m. Saturday, February 18th at the Tony's Pizza Event Center. Go to phillipseed.com for more details.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans, from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawnsalina.com.
Just about ready for third quarter action. Let's go over scoring from the first half, brought to you by Citizen State Bank and Downtown Gypsum. For Southeast of Saline, leading the way so far. We got a bunch of Southeast Lady Trojans in the scoring column. Lexi Jacobson has 4. 3 for Brielle Pitachik, 3 for Avery Castleman, 2 for Addison Rohr, 2 for Maddie Harris, 2 for Reagan Getz, and 1 for Abigail Pearson. For the Hillsboro Lady Trojans, they're being led by Corey Arnold with 8 points, and Zaylee Worth has 7, 2 points for Savannah Shahan, 2 points for Ansley Brewer, and a single free throw for Kingsley Ratzliff. Southeast of Saline, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Hillsboro, 4 out of 6. Turnover story, pretty close as well. Hillsboro with 8 turnovers, Southeast of Saline with 6 turnovers. Coach, now that you've seen 2 quarters of play, what do you think the key is for Southeast of Saline here in the second half?
Well, they got to stay the course. They have to stay within the game plan that the coaches planned for them. And the real key is we have to finish at the rim. We have missed at least 4 that I can remember right at the rim, point blank. So if we can correct that, it'll be a ball game.
Hillsboro has started they have started every quarter with the basketball. That's just the way the arrows have worked out here in this game. They have it with a 3-point lead, and they want to go down low. It's taken away by Maddie Harris. Maddie starts out with a theft of an entry pass intended for Zaylee Worth. Now up the floor in transition, Brielle Pitachik for 3, and we're dead even. Brielle's second long-distance shot of the night. She has 6.
Remember in the first half, I said I think if we're going to stay in here, we're going to have to hit 3 balls.
Turn them loose, right?
Tonight. Yes.
20-20 is our score. Hillsboro with it. Here's a steal. Reagan Getz got her right hand in the passing lane. Reagan now looking up the floor. A couple of teammates leading, but they're across court. She doesn't want to take that risk. Now to Castleman. Secondary break for 3. Count it. 6-0 run by Southeast of Saline as Avery Castleman has a couple of long-distance daggers.
That's a pretty good way to start the quarter.
23-20. Halftime conversation was shoot the 3 and don't miss any. 1 minute in. Here's a drive. Shahan leaves it off. Beautiful pass down low to Ansley Brewer. Shahan got a lot of attention, and she dropped a dime on that one.
Well, I think everybody in the gym thought she was going to shoot that off the glass, and she dumped it down to girl at the basket for an uncontested shot.
Southeast still holding on to a 1-point lead here early on in the third quarter. Maddie Harris wants in on the action. Her three-pointer hits the front of the lip. That won't go. Loose ball in the deck. Diving in after was Reagan Getz. Now Hillsboro has numbers briefly, 5-on-4. Getz trying to get back in it. Worth will pull up after no passes and shoot the three. That's no good. Castleman with the rebound for Southeast. Harris with it. Baseball pass cross court to Getz. Getz to the cup, and she will get the bump.
That a way to take it in there, chest to chest.
Beautiful break.
Has to make a call.
Yes, beautiful break, and it started by Harris with that pass. And I know you preach cross-court passes aren't the way to go when you're running transition like that, but when you have an arm like Maddie Harris, why not?
She's got great court vision, as you see Getz make that bucket right there. Maddie knows where everybody is all the time, and she doesn't have to look at you to get you the ball.
Both free throws in the cup for Reagan Getz. That foul on Corey Arnold for Hillsboro. That's just their second team foul in this game. And now an offensive foul called against Hillsboro. They'll turn it over for the second time.
I think it's the third time, isn't it, this half?
Yep, you're right.
Because the first two resulted in 2 3-point baskets for us.
Yes, sir. 25-22 now the score. 2 minutes into the third quarter, we've already seen a ton of action here out of the locker room. Here's an entry pass into Jacobson. She'll rise up and shoot. Mismatch down low on Lexi. Lexi had the shortest Hillsboro guard on her. Let's see, Jacobson has a half a dozen. There's a drive now. Shahan going across the paint. Good defense there by Jacobson. Now Hillsboro has to put it back out beyond the three-point line. Now to the baseline. They bring it back out. Rel Potacik up there playing defense at the point. She switches off and cuts the drive off from Kingsley Ratzliff. Big collision there, and Reagan Getz will take the worst of this one as her and Shahan collided, and Reagan Getz will get the foul. It's her second. First team foul on Southeast here in this half so far.
Get that girl in the corner covered up there.
Arnold hit a three off the inbounds just like that in the first half. Rel Potacik was aware of it this time. Here's Worth trying to turn the corner on Reagan Getz and somehow finds the window and scores. 9 points for Zaylee Worth. Her dribbling looks a little awkward, and I don't know that she's doing anything wrong, Coach. It's just very high.
It is high, but I really think that she probably, most of the time, you would get called for palming the ball, I guess is what they call it. I don't know what they call it anymore. It's what they used to call it.
I'm with you. Here to palm a carry, whatever you want to call it. Here's Getz now driving to the basket. She's going to put one up off the front of the rim, no good. Had Harris out here on the kick out and went for the two instead. 27-24, Southeast of Saline leading by 3. Hillsboro with it. There was a carry as she came across the three-point line. I will go with you on that. Here's Brielle Potacik climbing the ladder, ripping a rebound out of the air. Brielle now up the right-hand side of the floor. She'll get attention as she nears the three-point line. Now to Castleman for 3, and she got it buried. 3 3-pointers on the night for Avery Castleman, and she has put Southeast of Saline up by their biggest lead of the game, 30-24, and that prompts a 30-second timeout from Hillsboro. We'll take it as well. Halfway through the third period, it's a 6-point lead for Southeast here on KINA.
Your hard-working John Deere compact utility tractor deserves to be taken care of. And right now is the best time to get your equipment serviced at Prairie Land Partners. Choose from a silver or gold service package on compact tractors under 100 horsepower. Plus, they are offering hauling specials for your convenience. Visit prairielandpartners.com or call today to get your equipment serviced by a John Deere certified technician.
Delivering the right solution. Prairie Land Partners.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Southeast coming out of the locker room, and they are dialing it up from long distance. 3 3-pointers so far in this quarter. They have taken the lead back and now lead by their biggest margin of the game. It's 6 points. That's the biggest lead for either team here so far in this game. Hillsboro with the basketball. They got away with a travel there in the paint. Now they are getting away with 10 seconds in the lane, and they score. Wouldn't you know it? Boy, they spent a lot of time in the paint. Here's Southeast of Saline up the right-hand sideline. Pearson will fire a 3. That's no good. Castleman with the backside rebound. Potacik wants another one. That rattles off no good. Pearson, though, with the rebound for Southeast. Harris has it, now back to Pearson. Inside, she'll feed Jacobson, and the turnaround is good. Lexi did a nice job sealing the defender, but that pass led her to the basket.
Sure did. That was a great pass, but Lexi did have her person forced out away from the baseline. And
Jacobson with 8 points here so far in this game. She has split the quarters, or the halves, so far, 4 for 4. Worth inside. She passes it off a teammate's fingertips, looking for Ansley Brewer. And that'll be another turnover here for Hillsboro, their 4th of the quarter. Reagan Getz took a quick break. Might have gotten some water down, and now she's coming back in for Brielle Patacic. So it's Getz, Pearson, Jacobson, along with Castleman and Harris on the floor for Southeast of Saline. Hillsboro setting up a little trap here, half-court style, trying to use their length. Lob pass over the top to Pearson, and she can't have it, as it was a little behind her and a little too high, and it's the first turnover for Southeast here in the second half. 32-26, 3 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Worth with it. She'll pick up her pace now after she floor after it. Shauna Smith wanted a timeout. The official didn't hear, and Southeast comes away with it anyway.
That's a good no call by the official.
Harris trying to get her bearings back about her. She was rubbing her knee a little bit while she had a dribble at half court. Back inside, Castleman to Jacobson. Jacobson has 10.
Well, I think you'd have to say Castleman's having her best game of the year so far.
Yeah, absolutely, all around. She has played well all season long so far on defense and rebounding, but her offense has come along with it tonight. And this ball off the three will bounce up over the backboard. I'm a little bit perplexed, Coach, because we talked about the height, the length, 6 foot, 5'11", all these girls that Hillsboro has, but yet they refuse to guard Lexi Jacobson with one of those players,
really.
Partly because they're in that half-court defense that really Lexi's running free.
You're right, and that seems odd. They've got all the tallest girls out at the half-court line.
And Lexi right now leading Southeast of Saline in scoring. She has 6 points in the quarter, 10 for the game. Right behind her is Avery Castleman, who has 9. Brielle Patacic has 6 for Southeast, who has an 8-point lead.
Do you know in this quarter we've already scored as many points as we did the first half?
Did the same thing on Tuesday night against Abilene. 21 at halftime. They scored 21 in the third quarter. 34-26 our score here. Southeast of Saline has held Hillsboro to just 6 points. And the run, as Coach alluded to there, 17-6 here in the third. 2:16 left to play in the period. Brielle Patacic with it. She'll meet that trap. Now go to Getz, and it's deflected, and Southeast of Saline turns it over. And a traveling violation. Hillsboro will give it right back. Hillsboro with a half a dozen turnovers here in this quarter alone.
Well, we have to get the ball past the front of that zone half-court trap or defense or whatever it is, and once we get it past there, we've got mismatches everywhere.
All your height and all your length is out near the half-court stripe, isn't it?
Yes.
Here's Pearson with it. She takes the handoff from Castleman. Wanted Getz on the back door, and I think Getz quit on her. Started to pop back out, and that ball floats out of bounds. Third turnover for Southeast in as many trips.
Actually, it was a pretty good pass.
Maddie Harris is up off the bench. She's going to check in at the next whistle. 1:49 left to play here in the third. 34-26. High screen here for Hillsboro. Worth trying to use it. She traveled with the basketball.
You know, bringing Maddie back into the game might solve that half-court trap or half-court zone defense, whatever it is. It's a little press, but they've got some length up there.
It's almost like a blown-up 2-on-2, but the person in the middle is coming up and making it almost a 3-2. Here's another deflection and a takeaway. As Southeast of Saline is having trouble figuring out this Hillsboro defense all of a sudden, but Hillsboro hasn't been able to capitalize off these turnovers as of yet. 34-26, 82 seconds left to play here in the quarter. Gets with it on Shahan. Shahan drops it down, turn around in the paint. She's going to score. What a pretty move. Savannah Shahan has scored for the first time since back on the first possession of the game for Hillsboro.
There we go.
Here's Harris now on some ball movement. Getz has it now in the corner to Pearson. Abba's going to drive, now kick it out. Harris faked the three as she watches the clock go underneath a minute. 34-28. Southeast now getting some organization here in their offense. Brielle Patacic has a high post to Jacobson. Now a baseline jump shot for Pearson. That won't go. And the rebound taken in for Hillsboro by Ansley Brewer. Worth coming back the other way now. Half a minute left to go. Backs Pearson down in the lane. Now pitches it out to Ratzliff. Ratzliff wants to drive baseline. Harris there, though, to shut her off. Back out to Worth. Worth wants to drive, and she throws it out to the corner. Ran down over there by Reed. Reed gets in the paint and travels with the basketball. 8 turnovers in the quarter for Hillsboro.
I tell you what, we're doing a good job on Worth. You know, she's spinning into that lane, but she's not able to finish that spin and has to kick it out, and then they're kind of confused.
Here's Reagan Getz. Turn. She had both Pearson and Jacobson open down low. Brielle Potachik ends up with it. She'll fire a 3. That won't go. And now
Well, we came from out of bounds and touched it first.
I think that possession right there is textbook how you have to beat this. Once you get it over that front line, you have to go to the goal with it, don't you?
Yes, you do. You don't have to settle for a 3 then, because basically you've got a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2.
Yeah, absolutely. 7 seconds left. Hillsboro trying to do something with it. Worth behind her back. Castleman there defensively. Hillsboro's going to fire a 3 at the buzzer. It's going to come up empty, and Southeast of Saline will take a 6-point lead into the 4th and final quarter. We'll have it for you when we come back. You're listening on KINA and watching on live stream video to SalinaPost.com, courtesy of Smart Insurance.
At home or on the road, K4 Garage will keep you moving. With over 12 years of mechanic experience, owner Nick Trout will diagnose and repair your engine to keep you in the game. Full service gas, diesel, or tires. K4 Garage also has a fully stocked convenience store with snacks and drinks. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 6, Saturday from 9 until 3. Trust K4 Garage with keeping you on the road. And if it has oil, they can change it at K4 Garage in Gypsum.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
34-28, Southeast of Saline, and they get the ball to start the quarter. First time so far in this game they've gotten the ball. Here's Castleman inside, gets on the design play. Shauna Smith does it again out of the break.
Another great play, lined up in that 1-4, and Hillsboro bid on the outside and gets rolled to the bucket. Nice pass and a good finish.
Worth has it in the corner, wanting to drive back to the basket. That's been her MO all night long. Sometimes she will spin, but Southeast of Saline's doing a much better job playing her heads up and not overplaying, allowing that spin move to happen. Here's Ratzliff inside. She's going to be fouled by Harris, I believe. For Maddie Harris, that'll be her second. Actually, they called it on Brielle Potachik.
Wow.
Maddie Harris put her hand in there, and she said, no, sir, I want that foul.
They changed it now. And that was the right call. Yeah. It was on Harris.
Each team has 2 team fouls. I thought Brielle was going to get in foul trouble again. That wasn't even her fault this time. Free throw missed by Kingsley Ratzliff. She's 1 of 3 so far tonight. Second free throw on the way. Also too strong. Takes a high bounce, and Lexi Jacobson wins the jumping contest down low. Here comes Harris up the right-hand side. Brielle Potachik has it. Brielle now wanting to direct traffic. We'll call Reagan Getz out, and Reagan turns and throws it to Avery Castleman, who already left the area. Jacobson tried to save it. Now Southeast playing defense after the turnover. Brielle Potachik back playing defense, and the official calls a foul. Now Brielle has 3.
Well, it was unfortunate. Like you said, Castleman had already left the area, was going to the corner. And
Reed's first free throw is up and good. That's her first free throw attempt of the night.
And to finish that off, Reagan passed to where she was instead of where she was going.
Ratzliff will check out for Hillsboro. Also, Brielle Potachik will take a break for Southeast of Saline. She's the only one in this game that has 3 fouls. Everybody else has 2-1 or none. 36-30 after the 2 free throw makes there by Hillsboro. Southeast with it. Jacobson trying to force it inside to Pearson.
Yeah.
And that's going to be taken away, and the turnover bug here has bitten Southeast up Saline on the last 6
we got to slow down on the turnovers.
Hillsboro has it. Shahan out top. Southeast has done a really good job with Savannah Shahan tonight. Here's Worth. She'll drive. Hand it off left-hand side. Now to Arnold. Arnold back up top to Shahan. Minute and a half into this fourth quarter. Savannah Shahan gets in the paint. Cuts her drive off, I thought, a little bit early there. Plays it to Worth on the outside. Down low. Brewer has it on the block. Now back out to Shahan. She wants to go to the rack. She is going to be fouled, and the ball off the rim a couple of times. Bodies hit the deck as Pearson and Shahan both went down. The foul will go against Avery Castleman.
What you just saw there, Devin, was my advocation for the shot clock.
Yeah.
Because we got penalized for playing great defense.
You're right. First foul on Avery Castleman. Shahan's first free throw is up and good. That's her first free throw of the night.
What's the pressure?
36-31. Shahan's second free throw attempt on the way, also good. 2 for 2 from the free throw line for Savannah Shahan. Back within 4 are the Hillsboro Lady Trojans. Castleman up top with it. She's being hounded defensively. Now back towards the timeline to Pearson.
Well, I've noticed that Hillsboro's picked up their intensity on defense a little bit this half.
Short corner, Getz has it. Saw the double team coming. She'll get out of there. Now skip pass back to the middle of the floor to Maddie Harris. Harris ball back to Avery Castleman. Pearson with it, back to the short corner on the opposite side. Getz. She'll muscle her way to the basket. Shot up, won't go. And the rebound taken in by Worth. Here comes Zaylee Worth with it. Across the timeline with 5.5 minutes left to go. Into the paint, now kicks it out to Reed. Reed now into the paint. She'll leave it off down low to Brewer. Man-to-man defense here being applied for Southeast of Saline. There's Worth. Carried it through to the lane. Now plays it out for a three-pointer. It's no good. Brewer, though, with a backside rebound. Back to Worth. She gets in and scores. Zaylee Worth with 11. Now a 2-point contest. Southeast of Saline with it. Trying to work on this pesky Hillsboro zone that's extended out and taken away their 3-point opportunities.
Yeah, like I said, they've picked up the intensity, and they're taking away some of our stuff right now.
Harris with it now to Castleman. Back up top, Harris. Maddie has an open 3.
That'll do it.
She drains it. Maddie Harris. 5 points for Maddie. And she has put Southeast back up by 5. 4:30 left to play here in the fourth quarter. 2 undefeated ranked teams going at it here in Hillsboro. Here's a shot put up. That's no good. Harris had the rebound taken off the top of her head. Hillsboro's going to keep it here. Worth has it. On the right wing, she wants to drive at Pearson. Abba there, though, she is game, but Worth leaves it off and a miss down low for Brewer. A rebound for Avery Castleman, and Maddie Harris will bring it across the timeline as we are halfway through this fourth quarter. 39-34, Southeast of Saline with it. Harris works her way to the right-hand side, now comes back after snapping a crossover on Worth. Now along the baseline to Pearson. Now back out to Harris. Skip pass over the top of the defense. Wanted Castleman. Castleman was teed up ready to go, but the defense got there quickly. Now gets for an open 3. That won't go. Long rebound. Southeast giving chase. Castleman's going to save it. Ball on the deck. Now Jacobson picks it up. Back to Castleman. Avery for 3. Can't get it to go. And the rebound on the opposite side now taken in by Pearson. Boy, Southeast scrambling at these 50-50 balls. Jacobson with it. Ball fake. Hangs and shoots. Can't get it. Gets down low. Should have been fouled. Her second opportunity will be fouled. Boy, gets down low, working her tail off.
She sure as the world did. She got fouled 3 times, and on the third one, she goes to the line.
Reagan Getz stepping to the free throw line after the second personal foul on Zaylee Worth. First free throw is good.
Is that our first attempt this second half, Devin?
It is our third. We had 2 in the third quarter for Reagan Getz.
Oh, yeah.
And half of Reagan's points have come at the free throw line. So full timeout will be taken by Hillsboro. Reagan Getz has the second of 2 free throw attempts. When we come back, 3:24 left to play, 40-34. Gets at the free throw line when we return on KINA.
Suburban Appliance Center is your official dealer for Traeger grills. Check out this 6-in-1 versatile unit that grills, bakes, smokes, roasts, braises, and barbecues. Suburban is your exclusive dealer for the Traeger Timberline series, and they have your Traeger spices too. Suburban Appliance Center, they are locally owned and they offer appliance brands like Amana, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and of course Maytag. Suburban also offers exceptional service. Suburban Appliance Center, 1900 South 9th.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Saline Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Salina Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Salina Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salinaortho.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
3:24 left to play in this one. Boy, what a good basketball game between two early season undefeated teams, two teams that are ranked in the top 5 of their respective classes. Reagan Getz, second free throw out of the timeout. Got it.
You know, it's 3 minutes and 20-something seconds to go. This is a big possession as far as Southeast defense is concerned. We get this here. We're in no hurry.
Loose ball. Castleman poked it away. Brielle Potacek will pick it up for Southeast of Saline. Brielle has it now. She trots across the timeline. Maddie Harris trying to come help. Now Southeast in a little bit of trouble, but Harris with her quick feet lost Worth as she took her down towards the top of the circle, then back out towards half court. Here's a backdoor cut, looking for Castleman. Ball on the floor. Here comes Addison Rohr diving in after it. And Addison is not going to save possession, but she will burn the arrow and put it back in favor of Southeast of Saline there after Southeast looking for that backdoor cut.
Well, here we go again. Same scenario.
Just a little less time on the clock. We're under 3 minutes left to go now. Still a ton of time, though, with 2:48 left to go. Shahan drives to the right-hand elbow. Now kicks it out right-hand side of the freshman, Ratzliff. Now back to Shahan. She wants to size up Brielle Potacek. Now Harris comes in and helps. Hits the basketball away. Now rips it away from Shahan, who's on the seat of her pants. And there's where the arrow paid off that Addison Rohr earned on the last trip.
You know, you mentioned that Hillsboro doesn't shoot the 3 ball much. They've had a lot of opportunities that have passed them up, and our inside defense is terrific. So, you know, this is that's a good trade-off for us.
They average just a tad over 2 makes from behind the arc per game. That's insanely low. Here's Harris in the keyhole now. Getz leaves it off. Addison Rohr for a basket. Second consecutive game, the sophomore Addison Rohr has scored 4. It's a 9-point Southeast lead, their biggest of the night. Worth to the cup, takes that back. She's going to put the margin now back to 7 and has a chance to trim it to 6 as she steps to the line.
It was a good drive, and that time she did not spin.
Second personal foul, number 35.
She just took it right to the bucket.
Castleman will take the foul. That is her second foul. Again, the only player on either squad that has more than 2 fouls is Brielle Potacek. She's playing with 3. Worst free throw is up and good. She completes the 3-point play. Back to a 2-possession game. 2:07 left to go. 43-37. There's a jump pass by Harris. It goes in the paint. Now it squirts free. Hillsboro couldn't do anything with it. Avery Castleman picks it up. Now it's out of bounds, and it will go to Southeast. Harris had the right idea. I think the ball just came out silly. Potacek will inbound it here. She gets it into Reagan Getz. We're under 2 minutes to play.
Get it to Harris. Get it to Harris.
Here's Potacek with it. Worth is grabbing, nudging, doing anything she can to keep the ball out of Maddie Harris's hands. Here's a steal now by Ratzliff. She comes across the paint. It should have been a travel on Hillsboro, but Southeast of Saline takes it back over. The two teams exchange turnovers there.
You got to get the ball in Maddie's hands.
Yep.
You have to get the ball in Maddie's hands.
Timeout, Southeast of Saline. 1:35 left to go. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll step away as Southeast leads by 6.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Devin Haney, Francis Flax back here. We are courtside at Hillsboro High School. Special Thursday night of high school basketball. Glad you could join us either on KINA. Maybe you might be listening on SalinaPost.com worldwide or watching live stream video. Presented by Smart Insurance. 1:33 left to go. Hillsboro trailing by 6. Lady Trojans from Hillsboro have the basketball with that deficit. Savannah Shahan with it. She drives into the keyhole, now kicks it out to the left-hand wing. Ball on the floor. Brielle Potacek will pick it up. She rips it away from the Hillsboro offensive player. Now Potacek in the backcourt. She's being chased. Hook pass in the middle of the floor to Harris. Maddie now looking, and she's probably going to absorb the foul here if Hillsboro wants to foul her.
Man.
Yeah, there's a lot of contact. This thing at times, well, not at times, the whole game, it's been ref kind of like a JUCO game as far as contact goes. Under a minute left to go. Worth put a forearm into Maddie Harris. She got rid of the ball. Now Brielle Potacek she won't go to the free throw line, Hillsboro still has a lot of work left to do. That is just their 4th team foul.
Well, they could have been we could have been in the bonus if they had called all those fouls right there.
Castleman springs free. She's going to go to the baseline. Shahan guarding her. Avery now will just drive it back up to the timeline. Shahan not on her. Avery's just hanging out. 45 seconds left to go. Southeast with it now to the right-hand side. Harris with it. Skip pass over the top. Brielle Potacek. Southeast trying to put this one away. And again, a foul. This is for Reagan Getz on Zaylee Worth. 3 for her. 5 team fouls for Hillsboro. They still have 2 more to commit.
Go into the backcourt. There, take your time. There you go. They're going to foul you.
That will be Ratzliff. Kinsley Ratzliff has 2. 35.8 left on the clock. Potacek again looking to inbound. That timeout called by Shauna Smith. She had the official right in front of her. I'm sure that was not an accident as she burns a timeout, as she will have a chance here to talk to her team. It is a full timeout. We'll step away. 35.8 seconds on the clock when we come back here on KINA.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Hunters, not only can we fill up your tanks 24/7, but we've stocked ammo for your sporting needs. Our wide variety will get you stocked up. We have new orders coming every week. Whether it's opening day or to shoot clay, we've got what you're looking for. We have the largest selection of ammunition in southern Saline County. During regular business hours, you can get your favorite pizza and snacks to have enough energy to win the day. Asaria Oil and Hardware, located in Asaria at the corner of Center and Main. We'll fill you up.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Southeast out of the timeout, trying to get the ball in bounds. They spring Maddie Harris free, and now Maddie is going to be checked in the back. This foul will go against Corey Arnold. That will be her 2nd, and Hillsboro's 7th team foul. So Maddie Harris will go to the free throw line. Not to jinx Maddie, but just to tell you the facts, she has not had good free throw shooting luck at the line early on this season. She has a 1-and-1 here. First free throw on the way. Good. Sooner or later, she's got to get that monkey off her back, doesn't she, Coach?
Yeah. Well, she ran enough wind sprints in the summertime when she missed them.
Second free throw. Got it to go. Now I can tell you the full story that Maddie, coming into this game, 0 of 4 from the free throw line. All 4 of those misses were front ends of 1-and-1s.
Oh, that's not good.
She gets them both there, though. More importantly, she extends this to a 3-possession game.
Yes.
30 seconds left to play. 45-37. Worth with a step-back three. Deflected by Castleman. Brewer there down low. Picks it up and puts it in. That's Ansley Brewer's third basket of the night. And our score now 45-39 with 23 seconds left to go. We'll keep it right here. If Southeast can hang on and win this game, that's a bonus. I think, though, in the full big picture of the season, seeing a team like this, we talked about their length, we talked about their height, and now the defense that we've seen out of them just formation-wise, this is a good game pre-break for Southeast, isn't it?
We've saw about 3 or 4 different kind of defenses from Hillsboro.
Yeah.
And truthfully, we had a little trouble with the half-court trap where they had the 2-1-2 that turned into a 3-2. We had trouble with that for a little while. We adapted. They got out of that, switched to a regular 2-1-2 zone defense. Then they've been in a man-to-man. And like you said, with their length, we've adapted to everything they've thrown at us. And you got to give the girls credit for that.
Absolutely. Hasn't been pretty at times, but they had a big third quarter. They have been able to continue that lead on into the fourth quarter. 23.4 seconds remaining here. 45-39 is the score. Southeast leading by 6. Southeast of Saline also has 2 timeouts remaining. So if they get in a dire situation, instead of turning the ball over, they have timeouts to burn. Castleman is the inbounder. She will use the baseline to run it, get it into Lexi Jacobson. Jacobson in a 3-person trap. Maddie Harris springs open. Now Brielle Potacek is going to be the extra person. She's wearing purple. Brielle, hesitation. Now between her legs, she comes back and retreats. Clock already down to 11, and she will be fouled up top. Maddie Harris will take a foul from Zaylee Worth. That is her fourth.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
If that would have been you wearing number 2 and you're 1-0, would you have went to the
That's tough, isn't it? That is tough. Harris to the free throw line. She has 5 in the quarter, 7 for the game. Front end of the 1-and-1 here. Misses no good. Rebound Worth down low. 45-39. Time running out, though, here on Hillsboro. Worth steps back, a three-pointer, and they're going to call a foul. Not much there. And a foul called on Avery Castleman. Third foul on Avery. 3 foul shots coming up here for Zaylee Worth. Shauna Smith has questions about it. I think we all do. The first free throw missed.
Well, getting back to my question I asked you, it depends on who I was playing. I would have had a guy go in and dunk that.
Yeah, I know. Second free throw here by Worth is good. Here, it's all situational, right? Situations are situational, and that's one thing that you look at on that.
Yeah.
I don't see many of those guys that we're getting ready to see come up play next turning that one down either, do you?
No, I don't either.
Third free throw won't go. It's a 1-of-3 trip. Loose ball now. Shahan picks it up, and we're out of time. 45-40. Well, Southeast of Saline gets a good one on the road here, Coach. A 5-point win, and Southeast remains undefeated.
I'm telling you, Southeast played a whale of a game all around. We had extra turnovers that we didn't have to have, but for the most part, that was almost a complete game.
We will put all the numbers together. We will come back and give them to you on the postgame report. It's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. 45-40, the score in the Battle of Unbeaten. Southeast of Saline comes out on top here on KINA.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North Ninth, Saline.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina has something for everyone on your shopping list. They offer a vast variety of fine jewelry options and are committed to providing a highest quality service at a fair price. Free checks and cleaning on your jewelry. Check out the large selection of American Darling purses made right here in the USA. Enjoy 20% off store-wide Friday until Christmas Day. Excludes loose diamonds and repairs. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina, where it's the little things that matter since 1884.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Time now for the Trojan Postgame Show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here in postgame, it's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. 45-40, the victory for Southeast of Saline. The Lady Trojans of Southeast move to 5-0 on the season. Let's go over scoring for you. It's brought to you by Citizen State Bank in downtown Gypsum. 10 points tonight for Lexi Jacobson. That came through the first three quarters, 6 of them in the third. Lexi was present tonight. Avery Castleman, 3 3-pointers. She had 9 points, 8 points tonight for Reagan Getz. 7 points for Maddie Harris. 6 points for Brielle Patacic. Here we go, Coach. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 4 points now for Addison Rohr and a single free throw for Abigail Pearson. 7 of 9 from the free throw line for Southeast of Saline with 14 turnovers. Hillsboro had 20 turnovers. They were 10 of 16 from the free throw line. Their leading scorer, Zaylee Worth, with 15 points. And I think the biggest stat here in this game is Savannah Shahan. She came into this game averaging 23 points a contest. Southeast of Saline holds her to 6.
Yeah, our interior defense, I think, was terrific. You know, Worth, she's going to spin and drive, and she's a good player. Why not? But we held them in check, truthfully. Yeah. They worked for the buckets that they scored tonight, the Hillsboro Trojans I'm speaking of.
Boy, it's hard to name a Vernon Jewelers gym of the game. When you look at this, Lexi Jacobson was really good inside, but the guards seemed like gave her the ball in position to score. I think Avery Castleman, in the way that she was playing tonight, again, she continues to play great defense. She continues to match up with the other teams, one of the other team's best players. But those 2 3-pointers she hit in the third quarter put a different feel to this game.
Well, it did, but I tell you what, even more than that, I don't know what the stats were on her rebounding. She had a lot of rebounds tonight. And so that's why I mentioned earlier, I think that might have been her best game of the year all around.
Absolutely. Let's go with Avery Castleman, the senior, our Vernon Jewelers gym of the game. Get into Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. Now until Christmas Day, they will have 20% off store-wide. Downtown Salina, go to Vernon Jewelers. 45-40, our final score. Southeast of Saline gets the victory. The Lady Trojans 5-0. Now will have a Friday off. They will also cruise through the weekend, and they will come around on Monday when they visit the Sacred Heart Lady Knights in Salina. 5-0 for Southeast of Saline. Hillsboro 4-1 after a 45-40 Lady Trojans Southeast of Saline victory. Now we're going to turn the corner, make the transition to the guys' game. We'll hear from Bryson Flax when we come back. It's Countdown to Tip-Off, brought to you by L&L Advisors for another battle of state-ranked teams here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and their second location in the Central Mall in Salina, and a new location in McPherson, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
Hi, everyone. It's Flanell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
Time now for our chat with Bryson Flax as we look ahead to the second game of our doubleheader tonight. Should be a good one between southeast of Saline and Hillsboro. We'll reflect on the victory over Abilene on your home floor Tuesday night, Coach. 77-59, the final score. How'd you feel about this one after you had a chance to go back and reflect?
It was good for us. I thought we played really well defensively. To be honest with you, we got a ton of deflections, which led to, quite a few steals for us, which ultimately led to quite a few buckets for us, and we preach being long, athletic, being in the right spaces, and getting those deflections. And I thought our guys did a great job getting them. And then obviously when the ball was, what we consider a 50-50 ball, we did a good job of getting them. But that was obviously key for us.
You mentioned it, and I mentioned it during the broadcast several times, forcing Abilene into almost 30 turnovers. It boggled my mind. How many of those turnovers were off of on-ball defense and deflections? And that ball came out silly, and then somebody else got the steal. And that's not always stuff that you see in the box score. I mean, it was complete team defense, and then the flipping the switch of going from defense to offense and being productive on the other end. There wasn't a lot of offense ran in this game. No, we ran, a couple sets and got in the half court a handful of times. But really, we were pretty good in transition. And we had I told them before the game that I wanted them to be 2-1 on our assisted turnover, and we were about 19 and 10, I think, is what we ended up. But we're going to turn the ball over a little bit because of how fast we play. I understand that, but we're sharing the ball at a really high level right now, and we're getting a lot of assists, so that's a positive. When you went back and watched film, who really stuck out to you? I know Eli Sawyer's night was just incredible. 29 points in 3 quarters. Of course, he enters the 1,000-point club. But who else stuck out to you in this game? I thought, obviously, Drake was really good on Catone and really made him work all night. But, Drew Richardson hit 2 big shots off the bench, came in, played really good defense on Catone as well. And then Jake and Caden do, a lot for us, being undersized, being inside, banging around and whatnot. And Abilene was a lot bigger than them, but I thought that those two off the bench played really well. And it's just, Kaysen did a lot of good things. He wasn't shooting the ball well, but he did a lot of good things for us. And anytime he's on the floor, because of the way he's been shooting, it spaces things a little better for us and allowed some others to get downhill because of it. So a lot of individual efforts that amounted to a really good team win as well. Kaysen Lilly is going to score at least one runner a game for you. I mean, that's almost like his standard shot if he's inside the three-point line. Yeah, he's worked hard on that shot, and he used to, last year I consider him almost more of a 3-and-D guy, and then he hit a couple mid-range jumpers in the state tournament, and then, this summer really worked on it on the offensive end, and he's been doing a really nice job for us. Like I said, he can stretch the floor for us and space things out a little bit. I like our opportunities, one-on-one from the high post or short corners. This Hillsboro team is a little bit different beast than what Abilene is. If you want to turn up the volume, I'm sure they'll be more obliged than to go that type of pace with you. And it's a team that preseason ranked number 1 after they won the Class 2A state title last year. They played some really good teams early on. They lost to Sterling. They lost to Inman, both really good basketball teams. But since then, they've rebounded. They beat a very good Moundridge team. They beat Lions last Friday night. What do you think about this Hillsboro team this season? They're committed to being themselves. They run the same offense that they've run for a long time, and they don't mind, running it for 35, 45 seconds until they find something they like. A lot of the same defensively. They're not as big, not as physical as they've been in the past, but they definitely play hard and they get after it on the defensive end. And that's something when you're so well coached. It doesn't matter who you have out there. The system, the way you play is the way you play, and all these guys have really accepted that. And then obviously they got one of the best guards in the state in Brecken Ratzliff, and he brings a whole different challenge. You and I have had the same conversation about Brecken Ratzliff for the last 3 years. I'm going to see if it continues to be the same this year since he's finally a senior. It's almost as if he's going to get into double digits. You just can't let him get others involved, right? Is that still the same plan? Yeah, that's quite a, that is the plan, right? He's going to get his. Yeah. We're going to make him work for him.
but we can't let him get downhill, because when he gets downhill, then it becomes, he starts dicing either direction, throwing it with either hand. He's like a little smaller version of Nakari when he's going downhill, and then obviously he can pull up and he can finish at the rim. So he's a tough guard. Drake's going to have his hands full, but we got to be good everywhere else.
What do you want to see from your guys tonight?
Well, we got to stay locked in as we've been.
Yeah.
Against Abilene, we were taking ourselves out of position a little bit and playing some 5-on-4, some 4-on-5, I guess you call it. But, just stay solid defensively, get after it, and then on the offensive end, just continue to share the basketball.
Good luck. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thanks, Evan.
Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys tonight will take on Hillsboro, the defending champion in Class 2A and currently ranked in the top 10 of Class 2A.
Kansas Wesleyan University is proud to offer bachelor's degrees in criminal justice and emergency management, with both programs available on campus and online. Graduates have gone on to positions in the Secret Service, various police departments, the Kansas Court of Appeals, and to serve as county officials right here in the Sunflower State. Want to know more? Visit kwu.edu today. That's kwu.edu.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Rump and Todd Riley, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We're ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansans for over 100 years. We are a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Stardust Trophy in downtown Salina is your full-service headquarters for trophies and awards for club and sporting events. But did you know Stardust Trophies also makes employee name tags with your company logo? They engrave executive awards like desk clocks and pen desk sets. They imprint artwork and photos on t-shirts, coffee mugs, mouse pads, even personal calculators. Stardust Trophy carries clear sports ball holders on wood bases for treasured or autographed balls, from footballs to golf balls. Go to Full Service Stardust Trophy, 121 South Santa Fe, downtown Salina.
This is Tammy Bedreau at the Bank of Tesket. If you're looking to purchase your new home in the near future, I want you to know we offer a variety of loan options to finance your home purchase. I would love an opportunity to be your lender. Give me a call or stop in today to learn more. We are local lenders making local decisions. The Bank of Tesket, committed to those we serve. MLS number 712440. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that to get the best price for your car, you have to do all the hard work and sell it yourself, right? Not really. You can go to homeauto.com and get an attractive offer on your car today. And that's whether you buy your next vehicle from us or not. Your used car is worth more today than ever. So go to homeauto.com or come into our Abilene or Salina location and get an offer for more than you might expect. It just couldn't be any easier than that. Get the best price for your vehicle today at Home Automotive. You'll be glad you did.
Stress-free holiday shopping is going on now at the Appliance Center. With supply chain issues, Speed Queen products are hard to find, but not here. The Appliance Center has a full selection of Speed Queen washers and dryers. They also have a full kitchen lineup, including ranges, refrigerators, microwaves, dishwashers, and freezers. Colder temps won't keep you from grilling with a Green Mountain Grill. Shop their full selection of grills and pellets. Holiday sales and discounts at the Appliance Center in the big red and white building on Broadway in Salina.
The winter season may be here, but paintball fun is still waiting for you at Elite Sports. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, located 5 miles south of Salina, is open for special winter hours. Get the group together and visit Elite Sports on Saturdays and Sundays this winter from 11 until 4. Elite Sports features low-impact paintballs for the beginners or little ones, so everyone can have more fun. Visit them online at salinapaintballcomplex.com. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, open and waiting for you this weekend.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Saline Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at SalinePainClinic.org.
Troublesome car repair? Everyone has told you it cannot be fixed or it's way too expensive? Try McKim Auto Service in Gypsum, Kansas. They do quick, dependable work and provide the lowest hourly rate in the area. McKim Auto will service your vehicle from front to back and everything in between. They treat you and your car like a friend or even family. McKim Service specializes in engine and transmission rebuilds. 701 Maple, Gypsum, Kansas. Wouldn't trust anyone else with my family car. So, if your repair seems grim, remember McKim. Give them a call today to make your appointment.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here at Hillsboro High School, Devin Haney along with Francis Flax, Brian Dennett providing live stream video free of charge on SalinaPost.com, presented by Smart Insurance, and Big Sam Pretty producing and engineering as we get ready for game number 2 of our doubleheader. If you missed it, shame on you. First of all, Southeast of Saline's girls got a big victory. They moved to 5-0 after defeating Hillsboro for the first time this season, 45-40. Hillsboro comes in this game, Coach. They are the defending state champions in Class 2A. They have also been part of the state tournament the last 3 years where they usually make some noise. This is a team in Class 2A that is always very, very good, and they are a formidable foe. Last year, they had 25 wins and 1 loss. They won the state title in Class 2A. Heston had 25 wins and 1 loss. They won the state title in Class 3A. They beat each other. That was their 1 loss that the Heston and Hillsboro had last year. So far, this season off to a little bit of a rocky start for Hillsboro. They did lose a good group of seniors, but they lost to Inman, who was very good. They lost also to Sterling, who is usually very good. Then they rebounded and they beat a very good Mound Ridge team. This Hillsboro team, though, as Coach Bryson Flax said, they are a team that they have a system. The system's been in place for years and years and years, and they're going to stick to that system, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And, you know, that system starts with these kids when they're in the summer, in junior high, and it just carries over. All the coaches in their junior high know exactly what they need to do and what they're going to do if they make it at this level.
This team is led by Brecken Ratzliff. We've been talking about him now. This is the 4th year as he is finally a senior. The 6-foot point guard averages 23.5 points per game, and a lot, probably more so this year, is resting on him to get this team through the first early stages of the season so the rest of the people can catch up. But there are still some very familiar names on this roster like Tyson Plenert, Nash Dickinson, Lincoln Weichert, Nicholas Smith. Those are guys that are in your starting lineup, and then Dawson Bolt will come off the bench, Seth Driggers will come off the bench, Anders Weisbeck will come off the bench. These are all names that are very, very familiar for head coach Daryl Knoll here at Hillsboro High School.
Well, and one of the things you mentioned, they had a number of blowout games last year, so to speak. So those kids got a lot of playing time, similar to what I look at it as what our kids did a couple of years ago. And so I think it's going to be a good game. And Hillsboro's not going to be in any hurry to make this. They don't want to make it a track meet, let's put it like that.
Hillsboro heard their lineup. Now let's go over Southeast of Saline's lineup with Bryson Flax. He's assisted by Trent Douglas and Joe Ross. Eli Sawyer's coming off of a season-high 29 points. Missed his career high by 2 of 31. He established that last year against Smoky Valley. Sawyer's also entered the 1,000-point club. He is the 4th member of Southeast of Saline to do that. Nakari Morico Palmer had a good night against Abilene also on Tuesday night. He is a senior along with Drake Augustine, the lockdown defender for the Trojans. Luke Gebhardt also a pretty good night against Abilene for the 6'2 senior. Daniel Kerr is the lone junior in the starting lineup. He is a 5'11 junior. That rounds out the starting 5 for Southeast of Saline, who had a big victory over those Abilene Cowboys at home on Tuesday night. Once again, your Hillsboro lineup: Brecken Ratzliff, Tyson Plenert, along with Lincoln Weichert, Nash Dickinson, and Nicholas Smith. Brecken Ratzliff averages 23 points a game. The next leading scorers, really 3 right there, right around 6 points a game, is Plenert, along with Weichert and Smith. They all average about 6 points per contest. Take a break. When we come back, we'll have the tip for you. It is southeast of Saline and Hillsboro here from Hillsboro High School on KINA.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojans sports program.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans, from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawnsalina.com.
Just about ready to go here in this one. Eli Sawyer's winner, the center circle. He'll jump it up against Tyson Plinert as we are ready to go here. Game number 2 of our doubleheader. See if we can get another Southeast of Saline sweep here on a Thursday. Sawyer's wins the tip. It comes back to Drake Augustine. He will float to the left-hand side as you view it on live stream video here on SalinaPost.com. Brought to you by Smart Insurance. They have offices in Abilene, Salina, and just down the road from Hillsboro here in Harrington. Augustine with it on the right wing. Man-to-man defense being applied here by the Hillsboro Trojans. Southeast being very patient here on their first possession of the night. They might have ran more offense here in this possession than what they did all of Tuesday, Coach.
Yeah.
Here's a three-pointer by Sawyers. That's no good. Rebound taken in by Southeast. That's no good. And now the putback attempt. A foul call. Looks like it's going to be against the Hillsboro Trojans. The Southeast being aggressive there at the board.
Yeah. Well, Drake's got to finish that layup. That was uncontested. He's got to get that.
Southeast will have it now underneath their own bucket. They'll have a chance to run some baseline offense here. Way up high, top of the circle to Sawyers. Fakes the handoff to Gebhardt. Now gives it to Augustine. Augustine will turn and now fling it left-hand side to Kerr. Nakari Morkel-Palmer on his first touch. Now right-hand side to Gebhardt. Gebhardt dumps it down low to Sawyers. Sawyers took a brief double team. Now he's going to curl, turn, nearly jammed it home. He's going to drop it in with two hands. First basket of the game belongs to Southeast.
Well, Southeast did a great job. They're feeling out the defense of Hillsboro, seeing what they can come up with. See if Hillsboro give them anything.
Nicholas Smith had it in the corner. Now he goes to Brecken Ratzliff. He'll play it out for a three-pointer. That's an air ball too strong. Nakari Morkel-Palmer cleans it up for Southeast of Saline in transition. Sawyers left his layup a little bit strong. Now the rebound being contested for, and Augustine will take it away from Hillsboro. Back to Sawyers. Another shot that won't go down. Now the ball squirts free, and there'll be a foul called on the inside, I believe, against Eli Sawyers. Official coming to the table here to signal it. Nope, it's going to be Daniel Kerr with his first.
Well, in all fairness, Eli got fouled on his attempt. He got fouled pretty good. But
what we learned in the girls' game was a lot of those fouls aren't going to be called.
Right.
We're going to play right on through them. 2-0, Southeast of Saline scored on their first possession. Now defending here against a very good player, one of the premier point guards in the state of Kansas, and Brecken Ratzliff. Here's a three-pointer on the right wing. That rattles out for Hillsboro. Eli Sawyers with the rebound. Now a long pass up the floor to Nakari. Nakari one-handed out to Danny Kerr for three. Got it to go. Daniel Kerr got his first basket of the game to go down. It's a three-pointer on the left-hand edge.
That's almost becoming a script of Daniel Kerr getting that first three to go.
Here's Ratzliff in the keyhole. Drake Augustine draws him defensively. No surprise there. Drake's been really good defensively here early on in the season. Here's Ratzliff's spin move. Uses the window and got it to go down. First basket of the game for the homestanding Hillsboro Trojans. Gebhardt down low now in the block, out to Sawyer. Sawyer's stepped around a defender, missed the shot.
Oh, he got fouled again.
Putback attempt was blocked. Now another shot by Gebhardt won't go down, and now Luke will put it in for his first basket of the night. And a timeout called. It's a 30-second timeout here early on for Hillsboro. Probably not liking the way they're getting beat on the backboards, I'm guessing.
Man, I'm telling you, we must have 7 offensive rebounds already, and we've only played 2.5 minutes.
Coach Knoll not tolerate that, and he'll want to talk about it with his team here early on. We'll talk to Shauna Smith coming up at halftime of this game. Her girls got a 45-40 victory. They remain one of the top teams in the state in Class 3A. They have one game remaining before the holiday break, and we will have that for you on Monday as we head into town in Salina to take on the Sacred Heart Knights. It is the last game before the holiday break and a league game, so very important to get that victory, especially for Southeast of Saline on the girls' side. They're riding a 27-game league winning streak. Ratzliff with the basketball. Plays it off to the left-hand side as he starts the offense here with Nicholas Smith. Smith, headband and all, comes back to the middle to Ratzliff. A big sweeping crossover. Ratzliff pulls up from 19. That's no good. Nikari with the rebound. Here comes Morikel Palmer in traffic. Plays it to Augustine. Everybody left Drake there, and he's going to shoot the 18-footer and miss badly. Here's the rebound now. Hillsboro wanting to run. Ratzliff leading a 3-on-2 break. And a deflection from behind.
Oh.
Gebhardt got his hand on the basketball, and they're going to call that a foul. Boy, I thought that was a good play by Luke Gebhardt.
That was a heck of a hustle play.
So
must have got him on the wrist, I guess.
Free throws coming up for Brick and Ratzliff. He has all 2 of Hillsboro's points so far. Make it 3 on the made free throw. A foul on Gebhardt is Southeast of Saline's second team foul. Second free throw on the way. Also good. Brecken Ratzliff has 4. It is 7-4, Southeast of Saline. Just a little over 3 minutes into this one. Augustine with it up top. Now to Sawyer's, top of the circle in three-point land. They'll come right-hand side to Gebhardt. Gebhardt just got kicked in the shoulder after the defender left his feet. They won't call that, but they're going to call the charge here on Sawyer's. Eli Sawyer's gets his first foul on the player control. Conversation between Bryson Flax and the official now.
Probably should be. Same guys called them both.
That's Ratzliff with it as he crosses the timeline. Augustine there to meet him. They'll play it off to the right-hand side now for the first touch of the game, and Lincoln Weichert. Weichert gives it up. Back up top to Plinert. Now gets it back on the left wing. They go high post now to Dickinson. Dickinson working. They'll flip it out to the outside now. Man-to-man pressure, as it usually is for Southeast of Saline. Kason Lilly pops up off the bench. Halfway through first period, 7-4, Southeast of Saline. Here's a drive and a shot that is up and no good. Somehow that crawled out for Tyson Plinert, but Plinert got his own rebound back. They'll play it back up top now to Weichert. Smith with it. Now a switch here on defense as Nikari will take over, guarding Tyson Plinert. Now he's on Brecken Ratzliff. This ought to be fun. Probably the 2 best athletes on the floor. Ratzliff gets rid of it in the corner to Weichert. Now a steal by Daniel Kerr. 3-on-2 break. Hillsboro, though, gets back nicely on defense. Augustine left a layup high off the window. It won't go down, but Drake will go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
Well, we're best in transition, as you know. But like we said earlier, Hillsboro's not going to be in any hurry. They take their time every possession.
Yeah, they took about a minute and a half off the clock there. 3:23 left to go first quarter as Drake Augustine knocks down his first free throw of the night. That's also Southeast of Saline's first free throw. Kason Lilly has checked into the contest. He will replace Daniel Kerr. Also, Drew Richardson being summoned off the bench. He will come in if Drake Augustine can knock this free throw down, which he does. And now Drew Richardson will come in. Abilene made a push the other night, Coach, Tuesday night. They came from being down 21-5, got it back to within 4, and Drew Richardson hit 2 big threes in that game.
Yes, he did. And that's the beauty and part of the, well, it is the success of this team, is that we can go at least 8 deep.
9-4 the score here. Southeast leading by 5. Here's a drive and a block. Sawyer's Didn't want any of that in his neighborhood as Dawson Bolt drove baseline side, and Sawyers came over on help side to reject that one. It'll stay with Hillsboro.
Got to be careful, Ratzliff throwing it in. They're going to.
Gebhardt got a deflection off the inbounds. They tried a shot. Now it's going to be taken away. Kaysen Lilly with it in transition. Lilly behind his back now to Sawyers. There's one late player for Hillsboro. Sawyers saw him. Southeast now will set up offense. Richardson on the left. Lob pass at the rim. Gebhardt, and what a look by Nakari Morkel-Palmer. I wish everything I did looked like it took that much of effort. It's just effortless for him. Jake Gebhardt now will pop up off the bench after seeing his brother score an early 4 points. In the paint, Hillsboro a little up and under. Now they're stuck. Never got out of the lane.
I don't think he ever got out.
Yeah. Ratzliff on the fadeaway. That won't go. Nakari Morkel-Palmer now pulling it away. Long pass up the floor. Kaysen Lilly all the way to the cup. He is fouled. Boy, I thought that ball was going to take a high bounce and go through. And free throws coming up for Kaysen Lilly. Right now, Southeast just beating Hillsboro down the floor off of missed shots.
And that's what makes us so lethal.
This team's so fun to watch. I don't know that I've seen a high school team that shares the ball. And it's just a snowball effect. When they start running like they did against Abilene on Tuesday night, you almost question yourself, where's this going to stop?
It's fun to see.
First free throw for Kaysen Lilly went in. Second one missed. Now the ball being batted around, but Hillsboro will control it. 12-4. Southeast of Saline leading by 8. Jake Gebhardt did make it into the game during those free throws. Now a ball on the floor in between the Gebhardt brothers. Hillsboro somehow keeps it. Ratzliff gets away with a travel.
There's such a thing as a Euro step, but there's not 2 Euro steps.
It's a Euro shuffle. There's Richardson collecting the defense. He'll play it out now to Nakari Morkel-Palmer. Nakari up high now. Kaysen Lilly. Back to the right. Richardson. Drew on the drive. Ends up with Luke Gebhardt in the left-hand corner of the Southeast of Saline offense. Inside 90 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter. Nakari with it. Looks at the defender. Now he wants to drive. Gets mid-lane. Out to Richardson for 3. Off the front of the rim. Won't go down. And a big rebound. Soaring in was Wyatt Plinert for Hillsboro. 1:10 left to play here. Opening quarter. Ratzliff with it. Now guarded by Luke Gebhardt as Augustine is on the bench. Three-pointer right-hand side for Hillsboro. Is drawn up by Dawson Bolt. Their first 3 of the night. Back to a 3-point game. 12-9. Southeast of Saline leading it with the basketball. Inside a minute left to go here. Gebhardt, Luke with it. Skip pass over the top to Richardson. Now back to Nakari, who's at the point right now. He'll sling it back to Jake Gebhardt. Everybody spread out. Everybody touching the ball right now for Southeast of Saline. They've taken the clock down to 35 seconds. Here's Kaysen Lilly for 3. Too strong, no good. Went right through the hands of Nakari. Might have bounced off his head. And
I think he got pushed from behind.
Yep. There's always a good explanation for that. That doesn't happen naturally.
Yeah.
At least you hope it doesn't. Brecken Ratzliff has the ball in his left hand as he is going to be met by Luke Gebhardt. 15 seconds on the clock. Hillsboro looking to take the last shot of the quarter here. Ratzliff.
Well, this is a guy that can do it.
Retreats over to the right-hand side. Now he's going to drive, play it out for a 3. And that is no good off the rim. And Luke Gebhardt's going to bring it down and take a shot at the buzzer that had a chance to go in. I don't think it would have counted, and that is the end of the first quarter. Southeast of Saline had a 7-point lead. Hillsboro came surging back, though, and it's a 3-point game at the end of one. 12-9. Southeast of Saline out in front. You're listening on KINA and watching on SalinaPost.com. Courtesy of Smart Insurance.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and their second location in the Central Mall in Salina, and a new location in McPherson, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Hillsboro will start out with the basketball as we start second quarter action. Devin Haney, Francis Flax back here at Hillsboro High School. 12-9 is our score. Southeast of Saline leading by a 3-point bucket. Man-to-man defense here being applied. Here's a deflection by Kason Lilly. He's out there with Drew Richardson, Eli Sawyers, Caden Isaacson, who checked in between quarters, and also Jake Gebhardt. Nice pass down low. Brecken Ratzliff with a no-look pass, and he's going to lead Wyatt Plintert into his first basket of the night. There's a reaching foul now called against Brecken Ratzliff on defense. We've been watching him, of course, for 4 years. He's been starting, and I remember his freshman year, he came into Southeast of Saline and pretty much won the game by himself. He was phenomenal that day. Jake Gebhardt has the basketball. He'll swing it right to Kason Lilly.
Got to look inside. There, we got it in there.
High post, Sawyers. Fadeaway jumper from 12 is good. Eli Sawyers now with 4. Back to a 3-point Southeast of Saline lead. 14-11. Hillsboro wearing their home white jerseys. Southeast of Saline for the second time so far this season wearing their road purples. Here's Retzlaff, little spin move. Shut off along the baseline. Jake Gebhardt with help defense. Now it works around for a 3-pointer that's no good from Lincoln Weichert. Now a rebound by Drew Richardson. Up the floor, Sawyers. Sawyers crosses over, gets in the paint. Late dump off to Lilly, who caught it behind his right shoulder, and Kason was able to work that ball back off the backboard.
That was a nice look
by
Eli. I don't think anybody in this gym thought he was going to pass that basketball.
Yeah, and a great cut by Kason Lilly. In the corner, Nicholas Smith has it. He's going to try to drive baseline. Jake Gebhardt and Isaacson there to shut him off. Gets it back after giving it up. 3-pointer on the way, won't go. Sawyers with the rebound. Took it off the rim. Here comes Sawyers now. In the backcourt, bounce past Jake Gebhardt. Caught Hillsboro sleeping. Sawyers doesn't get enough credit, I believe, for his passing, but he just made 2 excellent passes there.
Yeah.
Jake Gebhardt scores his first basket. Full timeout, Hillsboro. We're going to take it. It is a full. It's a 7-point Southeast of Saline lead. 18-11 is our scores. We step away here on KINA.
Salina Septic Services provides septic services including septic tank installation, inspection, and repair. In addition to professional septic tank services, we also provide portable restroom rentals. We have many options available, including his and hers portable restrooms and hand washing sinks. Setup, service, and removal are all part of our rentals. Whether you project a long-term construction job or a family gathering, we guarantee a clean porta potty. Find us today at salinasepticservice.com, proudly supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Whether on the field, court, or in the operating room, experience matters. A coach loves an experienced team just like a patient values an experienced doctor. Salina Ortho has ABOS board-certified physicians with over 40 years of orthopedic service. If you need help staying active or just want to discuss options regarding the newest techniques and services and specialties that Salina Ortho provides, see one of our trusted physicians or visit salinaortho.com. Salina Ortho, your voice, your choice, past, present, and future.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Quick timeout there. It was a full timeout. They did not take the full allotted time, though, as we jump back into action. You haven't missed much. Brecken Ratzliff with the ball for Hillsboro. 18-11 our score. Tried a no-look pass again. Caden Isaacson was there. Caden nearly stole it or turned it back over, but Jake Gebhardt there to keep a safe haven for Southeast of Saline. Isaacson with it, top of the circle. He'll play it now to Sawyers. 5:20 left to go here, second period. Sawyers with it to Daniel Kerr, who has checked in. Isaacson for 3. Won't go down. Kerr working on the rim side for the rebound, and now Jake Gebhardt will dip in and tie it up, and the arrow will stay with the Southeast Trojans.
You know, Devin, to finish that quarter, I think we only had one starter in the game.
I believe you're right.
And to start the second quarter, it was the same way. Now he's subbed since then, but that's pretty incredible when you can count on your bench to maintain the status,
Bryson Flax has told me time and time again he'll put his bench up against a lot of starting fives in the state. And the depth of this team is really incredible. Here's a nice play by Hillsboro as Nash Dickinson able to get his first basket of the game. 18-13 now. Luke Gebhardt and Akari Morkel-Palmer both sitting at the table waiting to check in. We approach the halfway mark of the second period. 4:35 left to go here in the second quarter. Drake Augustine faking a pass down low where Caden Isaacson was posting up. Now it's out to Sawyers over the top to Jake Gebhardt. Daniel Kerr, the fifth Trojan out there. Here's a drive by Caden. Handed it off to Sawyers, who had his back to the basket. Sawyers will turn around and put the shot up, and the ball out of bounds. It will go back over to Hillsboro. So Gebhardt, Luke will come in for Jake. Also, Nicole and Marco Palmer will check in for Caden Isaacson. Starters are back intact on the floor right now for Southeast of Saline. So far, 9 players have been used for the Purple Trojans. 18-13, their 5-point lead. 4:05 left to go here in the second. There's a near steal by Augustine. Came out. Ratzliff right there. Able to keep it away. Now the two collide. Ratzliff kicks it out to Smith. Smith, 2 dribbles to his left. Baseline jumper won't go. Luke Gebhardt cleans it up. Long pass up the floor to Sawyers. Look out. Sawyers with a jam on the right-hand side. Eli Sawyers now has a half a dozen. Boy, Gebhardt got that break started off the rebound, immediately looked ahead, and there was his buddy Eli Sawyers. 20-13. Back up now by 7. It's been Southeast's biggest lead so far. Here's a baseline jumper, won't go. Nakari now with the rebound. Here comes Nakari Morkel-Palmer. Back to Luke Gebhardt. Luke will slam on the brakes. Out to Drake Augustine. 3:16 left to go here in the second quarter. Nakari on the drive. Kicks it out to Kerr for 3. Well, that won't go down. Backside rebound. Contested for. Gebhardt will gather it in. Luke Gebhardt now looking the opposite way. He'll dump it in down lower block to Sawyers. Sawyers goes around his defender and made it look easy. Finger roll for Eli Sawyers. Half a dozen in the quarter. He has 8. It's a 9-point Southeast lead. Things like that they make it look so easy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
There's another miss. Southeast out running again. They have numbers on Hillsboro, who's slow getting back. Sawyers into the paint and a lob pass for Nakari Morkel-Palmer, and that is Nakari's first basket of the night.
Well, that's 3 assists in this quarter for sure for Eli.
Smith down the paint. He's going to stop and pop from 6. That won't go. Sawyers with the rebound. Here we go, running again. Southeast of Saline up the floor. Gebhardt into the paint. He'll kick it out to Nakari. His 3 splashes home. Nakari Morkel-Palmer with 5 consecutive points, and Southeast of Saline's run has begun. 14-point lead with 2:09 left to play before halftime. It's a full timeout. 27-13. Southeast of Saline out in front here on KINA.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses acquire relief loans to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
2:09 left to play. 27-13 our score here in the second quarter as we work our way towards halftime. Southeast of Saline with a big run, going out 8-0 there and building a 14-point lead. They have only given up 4 points here in the second period. Hillsboro with it. Right now gasping for air. They have got to get back in this game before halftime. Ratzliff has it. He'll stop just inside the three-point line, top of the circle. Now they'll dump it off to the left. Wyatt Plennert stuck with it. Now he's going to drive to the basket. Play it out for Smith for three. That's no good. Nakari with the rebound. Immediately Nakari looking up the floor, but Hillsboro back on defense. 1:25 left to play before the break. Drake Augustine coming up. He will get the basketball and run a set formation here from Bryson Flax on the bench. Here comes the high screen. Augustine to Sawyers. Now down low, Nakari. Nakari backs his man down. Fadeaway jump shot too strong, no good. And the rebound off of a Hillsboro hand and then secured by Lincoln Weichert. Here comes Brecken Ratzliff with it all the way down the lane. He tried to leave it off. Ball on the floor. Augustine goes down after it. Gebhardt tried to save it from rolling out of bounds. Southeast of Saline couldn't contain possession of it. It will stay with Hillsboro.
I'm not sure that wasn't off a Hillsboro player. Luke didn't get to touch the ball till it was out of bounds.
Thought the same. Under a minute left to go. 56 seconds on the clock. Ratzliff plays it in. Lincoln Weichert has it. Now top of the circle we go. Wyatt Plennert. Back to Ratzliff for three. High rebound. Sawyers has it. 2-on-2 break. Now Danny Kerr joins the right wing. Doesn't matter. Sawyers all the way to the cup. Can't get it to go, but there's Drake Augustine tipping it in. Drake, his first field goal of the night. That with a couple of free throws gives him 4. 16-point lead now for Southeast. There's a three-pointer in the corner. That's much needed for Hillsboro from Seth Driggers. His first basket of the night. Excuse me, that's Lincoln Weichert. Beg your pardon. Now Kerr for three with the answer. Danny Kerr has a couple of long-distance buckets. He has 6. Southeast doubling up Hillsboro here with 8 seconds left in the second quarter. 32-16. Brecken Ratzliff has the basketball. He'll float to the right-hand side, put up a three-pointer. 1 second left. Sawyers with the rebound, and that'll do it for the second quarter. A big run from the Trojans of Southeast of Saline. They lead it at the half, 32-16. When we come back on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report, stats from the first half, we will also have Shauna Smith. She'll join us as we get to talk about another Southeast of Saline Lady Trojan victory. They go to 5-0 here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Hi everyone. It's Linnell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here at halftime, brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. The last 4 minutes of the second quarter, Southeast of Saline assembled a 14-3 run. They have doubled up Hillsboro here at halftime, 32-16. Our time now with Shauna Smith to talk about Southeast of Saline Lady Trojan basketball. 45-40, you get the victory here over an undefeated Hillsboro team. This is such a fun game. You don't get these very often where you're non-league schools, you go and you get to play on a random Thursday night when nobody else is playing. You're both undefeated. You're both state ranked in your class. And this was a fun game, wasn't it?
Yeah, kind of was back and forth, and we knew that was going to kind of be like this game, and you never felt comfortable. I think we had that 6, 7, 8 point lead there. I don't know if we ever got to 8, but point lead there, but you just never felt comfortable because whatever. And so it's kind of one of those things that you knew the game was going to come because they have good enough scores that could always come back, and they kind of had to answer. We had a couple times that we could have tried to put it away a little bit more, and we didn't answer it then when we needed to.
I want to talk about the makeup of this game overall because Coach and I talked about it quite a bit during the contest. This game, officiating-wise, they let a lot of contact go, almost like a junior college game. The challenge for you there was when Zaylee Worth had the basketball, or even when she didn't have the ball. She is a very physical player. How are you able to kind of even that out and not let her have success with that?
Well, that's what we talked about that the last day, too, about kind of what she's going to do here. But, I thought how we kind of did some of those things was is like offensive rebound. We limited their second chance points, and by pushing the ball up the court, we made them get back so they couldn't even jump up and do those things. That's what we did, offensively that way. Defensively, she's going to get to the basket. She's 6 foot. She did some things. I thought we did a great job. A couple times we bailed her out by just fouling her. She had a tough shot, but those things are going to happen in the game. But honestly, I thought we did a great job tonight defending both those girls.
The other defensive assignment I want to talk about is Savannah Shahan. She comes in averaging 23 points a game. You hold her to 6. She only hit 2 field goals. Sent her to the free throw line once in the fourth quarter for a couple of free throws that made 6. She was another one, 6 foot, 5'11", a lot of the length, but you guys were able to keep her at bay.
Yeah, we just kind of kept putting, Reagan Getz or Abigail Pearson on her, and, they knew their role on the team, and everybody else. And that's kind of the thing about it is those two, Avery Castleman had the job of guarding Worth out there, and but everybody else knew their role also. Their job was to keep their man alone. We could not help with on their man between them and the basket. And a couple times got loose again. That's part of the game, but everybody else did a job. And my girls, they just have bought in. That's the biggest thing, defensive wise. Every night, like I said, we're just so size challenged that we can't just line up and play people. We can't just outscore people, whatever. We have to defend and do some things the correct way.
I don't know how many times I saw a loose ball on the floor or maybe a rebound that was just being secured by Hillsboro, and here comes a purple jersey flying in, not willing to give that possession up. 50-50 balls tonight and rebounds in question. You guys undoubtedly won that battle.
Yeah, and that's how I always tell the girls, that's something that's just, it's part of our program now. We actually talked about that as coaches last week, or I guess it would have been Tuesday night. That's what we do now. They said I don't ask them for those things to do. It's just what you do every night because it's those are things that kind of get your momentum going, and those are the fun things because you get every other one of those balls.
I love this game for you because, A, you're able to come away with a win, but, man, you have some really good film now. This defense that Hillsboro threw at you put you in a tailspin for a little bit. You were unable to get past the height and the length that they were putting across the timeline there. Right when you came across half court, they were ready to pounce. And there's a lot of learning opportunities there on how to handle that, isn't there?
Yeah, the first opportunity came down, we weren't organized. We thought we were, we're organized, and we weren't, and we kind of just went too fast. And then, like I said, then once we finally got, we actually ended up changing our alignment there because we really weren't sure what they exactly were, when we saw it on film, what they exactly were kind of doing, because just how other people attacked it, we weren't really sure how it was going. So it took us a little bit to get settled in, and then we were fine.
You talked about Avery and her game tonight. Coach talked about it extensively. He thought it was probably her best game of the season all the way around, offense and defense. Lexi Jacobson, she had a tough week going against much bigger girls. We talked about Clara Danifer and Abilene Tuesday. Come in tonight, she is outsized. Lexi played fantastic tonight, I thought.
Yeah, like I said, and actually in the game there, they all the way until almost halfway through third quarter, fourth quarter, they had a much smaller person guarding her, and that's kind of why we started picking on them. And that's what we talked about at halftime. Well, we're going to run some plays for her to get it, and then we did that, and then they changed people. So then we went to Reagan and did that because how many times we did that tonight? Just because we knew, because they go and gamble a lot, they help a lot, and so that ball reversal was open, and everybody kind of did their job.
I thought your perimeter players also did a really good job setting her up inside. When she had position, the passes were on time tonight. Tuesday they were a little bit off, but it seemed like tonight they were much better passes that were a lot of times able to lead her into a move.
Yeah, we worked on this stuff. That was kind of our thing tonight. We tried our offense. We said we got to get a little more inside play because people are just going to extend out on us.
You are now 5-0. You were able to take care of Hillsboro tonight. Now you get to go back on the road on Monday. It seems like they've isolated you now, and you just play on your own nights away from everybody else. So now it's Monday. You'll go on the road. You'll have your last game before break. You'll have a league game, in Salina against Sacred Heart. Have a good weekend. We will talk to you
All
on
right.
Monday.
Thank you.
Shauna Smith, she's the head coach of the undefeated, state-ranked Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans with a 45-40 victory over fellow undefeated team, Hillsboro Lady Trojans, here tonight. Halftime of the boys contest, 32-16. Southeast of Saline leading it. We'll have stats from the first half. When we come back, it's a 90-second break here on KINA.
Need to make a power purchase by year's end? Can Equip has got you covered. With 14 locations, you'll find quality pre-owned inventory changing daily. Browse inventory right from your smartphone at canequip.com to see what's available. Looking for something specific? Visit Can Equip in Salina and talk to a sales professional to help you find it before the year is out.
Can equip you.
Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansans for over 100 years. We are a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Hi, it's Sarah.
And Addison.
Are you the guy who doesn't know what to give your wife or parents for Christmas because they already have everything? Give them the gift of time from Merry Maids in Salina and Abilene. It's perfect. Who doesn't need more time? Gift certificates are available in any denomination. Merry Maids can clean your house from top to bottom. So give the gift of time this Christmas with a gift certificate from Merry Maids in Salina and Abilene.
Find Merry Maids on Facebook or at merrymaids.com.
Merry Maids, relax. It's done.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawnsalina.com.
Back here at Hillsboro High School, we are rounding out halftime, and time to take a check of our Citizen State Bank scoring stats from Citizen State Bank in downtown Gypsum. 8 points in the first half for Eli Sawyers, 6 points for Daniel Kerr, 5 points for Nakari Morkel-Palmer, 4 points for Luke Gebhardt and Drake Augustine, 3 points for Kason Lilly, and 2 points for Jake Gebhardt. So far, 7 different Southeast of Saline players have scored. 5 different Hillsboro Trojans have scored, led by Brecken Ratzliff. He had their first 4 points. He hasn't scored since then. 3 points for Dawson Bolt, 3 points for Lincoln Weichert, 2 points for Nash Dickinson, and 2 points for Wyatt Plinert. Southeast of Saline 3 of 4 from the free throw line, while Hillsboro is 2 out of 2. Southeast of Saline had 1 turnover in that first half of play. Hillsboro had 4. Coach, your thoughts after seeing the first 2 quarters?
Well, we took Hillsboro out of their game. That's one thing. Because, you know, we talked about it before. They want to be deliberate and don't want to run that much. And by us rebounding the basketball the way we have been rebounding it, we've been able to get into a running game.
32-16, Southeast of Saline with the lead. Brecken Ratzliff and Hillsboro will start out with the basketball. Up top with it, Tyson Plinert has it. Now he'll fire it off to the right-hand side. Lincoln Weichert. Weichert working on Daniel Kerr. Southeast of Saline stays in that man-to-man defense. And here's Hillsboro throwing a ball into the backcourt. It'll eventually go out of bounds on the sideline. That is their 5th turnover. And that is impressive to me because we talked about the run, 14-3 to close the quarter there in the last 4 minutes. But it's not like Hillsboro's making careless turnovers. They're not turning the ball over like Abilene was. These are all breaks off of rebounds.
Right, they're all off of rebounds.
Here's Sawyers inside, backs down the defender momentarily and fades away from 10. Double digits for Eli Sawyers. He continues to build on that 1,000-point plus mark that he established on Tuesday night against Abilene for his career. Still a lot of games left, too, isn't there?
Yes, there are.
Here's Smith, a fadeaway baseliner. That won't go. He wasn't squared up. And Nakari Morkel-Palmer will bring it up the floor here for Southeast of Saline. Over to Sawyers, mid lane. Now back out to Augustine. Nakari has it on the left wing. Back into Sawyers. Sawyers has it. Looked at a little give and go. Now he's surrounded by Hillsboro Trojans. Up top of the circle to Drake Augustine. Here's a crossover and a shove on Nakari as he went right by Tyson Plinert. The foul wasn't called, and it didn't matter. Nakari scores anyway for his 6th and 7th points.
Well, I'll tell you what, I really like that possession for us.
We've shown an incredible amount of patience tonight when needed.
We sure have, and we did it right there.
20-point game as Southeast has come out and scored the first 4 points. 6:23 left to go here in the third. 36-16. I want to welcome you if you're watching on live stream video, SalinaPost.com. It's brought to you by Smart Insurance. Our friends jumping on video and presenting both the games to you this week, Tuesday against Abilene, and then right here against Hillsboro. They have offices in Salina, Abilene, and also Harrington is their latest location. It's been open for a couple years. There's a basket off the board by Lincoln Weichert. He has 5.
Just an observation here. Hillsboro, they really can't get a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't a good shot. It went in, so it's a good shot. But we're just playing pretty darn solid defense.
They've hit 2 of those off the backboard like that unintentionally. Here's Luke Gebhardt inside. He uses the backboard on purpose for 6 points. 38-18. Now the score. Smith has it up top. He is guarded by Nakari Morrico-Palmer. Poor spacing here by Hillsboro. Everybody grouped up on the left-hand side of their offense. Gebhardt there guarding all of them. Now out to Ratzliff. He'll get things spaced out as he brings it near the half-court stripe. Now pull up in the keyhole. Shot won't go. Nakari takes it off the rim. Here comes Morrico-Palmer up the middle of the floor. Goes left-hand side to Sawyers. Sawyers already flying. Makes a nice spin move. Gets to the rim and finger rolls over the top. It's a dozen for Eli Sawyers. 40-18. Ratzliff. Played off to Plinter, who lost the basketball. Here comes southeast of Saline. Augustine to Kerr. Kerr missed the shot. Augustine there. That's the second putback that Drake's had here tonight.
If you're the passer, you always have to follow the ball. Where you pass it to, you got to go to the bucket. Southeast
has had 4 players score in this third quarter alone, and Hillsboro wants another timeout. 42-18 our score. Hillsboro wants a full timeout. We will step aside about halfway through the third quarter. 4:29 left to go here in the third. 42-18, southeast of Saline leading it on KINA.
Right now, Prairie Land Partners has service and inspection specials that give you the power of choice and save you money. From mowers and compact construction equipment to the largest tractors and combines that John Deere offers, they have an option for you. They also have Legacy Series specials for older John Deere combines and tractors. Call, stop by, or visit prairielandpartners.com to schedule your equipment.
Delivering the right solution. Prairie Land Partners.
Hunters, don't miss the 2023 Whitetail Summit. This is an opportunity to hear from some of the most highly regarded experts in the whitetail management field. Our event will feature Dr. Bronson Strickland from Mississippi State University and Don Higgins, founder of Real World Wildlife and co-host of the Chasing Giants podcast, as well as Wes Delks, a Higgins outdoor consultant. This event will include a meal and exclusive show specials from our sponsors. Doors open at 9:30 a.m. Saturday, February 18th at the Tony's Pizza Event Center. Go to phillipseed.com for more details.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here at Hillsboro High School, 42-18 is the score. Southeast have started this half on a 10-2 run. Now here's a steal by Nakari Morrico-Palmer. Up the floor. Might have went into jam it, but again, he had a couple of hands on his back. Tyson Plinter riding him all the way down the lane. Nakari will settle for the lay-in of 2. 9 points now for Nakari Morrico-Palmer. It's a 12-2 first almost 4 minutes of the second half for Southeast out of the locker room.
You're right. Nakari wanted to dunk that, but that kid pushed him in the back, so he just laid it in there over the rim. But he's going to get one before this game's over.
I think you're probably right. That one was off of a turnover. 3 turnovers for Hillsboro here in this third quarter. Here's a shot put up. Nakari partially blocks it and then tips it to Drew Richardson. Richardson, long pass up the floor to Isaacson, and that one goes right through Isaacson's hands and out of bounds. Just the second turnover for Southeast of Saline.
I never liked that pass. I always tell my guys running the break, get to the sideline and then angle to the bucket, because it's just like football. Over the top is the hardest catch there is.
Ratzliff with it as we have passed the halfway mark of the third quarter. He'll one-hand it over to the left-hand side to Dawson Bolt. Now back up top to Plinert. Ratzliff had it. Now nice no-look pass down low. Shot won't go down. Another rebound by Nakari Morrico-Palmer. 3:30 left to play. Left-hand wing, Richardson. Down low to Isaacson. Back out Nakari. 4-3. Can't get it to go. It rims off. Isaacson tipped the rebound out, but it's going to be secured here by Hillsboro's Wyatt Plinter. Leonard bringing the ball up the floor. Isaacson there with him. Out for a shot for three, and it's going to splash home by Dawson Bolt, his second three-pointer of the night. 44-21 with 3:03 left to go here in the third. Isaacson spun off a defender there. Now down low to Nakari. Out to Richardson, back inside to Nakari. A little quick spin move. Boy, that was quicker than a hiccup. Nakari, just, what he did to his defender, help side came over and knocked the ball away, but it will stay with Southeast.
Devin, I'm trying to be impartial, but he got fouled again.
I know he did.
They're fouling him every time he touches the ball.
Nakari up top, over to left-hand side. Richardson drives to the bucket. He will draw a foul and go to the free throw line for two. Drew has not scored yet in this game. Hit a couple of big threes on Tuesday against Abilene.
Well, he's got a chance right now.
What I love, though, is the composure of this Southeast of Saline team. The fouls are happening. I think everybody here knows it. And the way the game's being called, it's not affecting them. They are not voicing their opinion to the officials. They are not upset. They're not raising their hands. They just continue to roll.
And to piggyback off of that, I'm sure we're pushing and shoving down there, too.
Richardson's first free throw. And talk about that, too, what luxury you might have as a guys coach when you watch the same officiating crew do the game before you, because it was the same way during the ladies' contest.
Right. Yeah, it has an effect.
25-point advantage here for Southeast of Saline. Both those free throws by Drew Richardson went down. He was the 8th Southeast of Saline player to get in the scoring column so far this evening.
Because if you're the boys coach, you can say, hey, fellas, it looks like they're going to let us play a little bit.
Inside, Retzlaff, a little slide step move, and he's going to score two. That is Brecken Retzlaff's first basket since back when he scored Hillsboro's first 4 points early on in this game. He has 6 now. Kason Lilly has the ball poked away momentarily. He gets it back. Now over to Nakari and Morikel Palmer. Nakari with a skip pass. Jake Gebhardt, jumper from 12, won't go. Rebound being fought for. Caden Isaacson in there with it. Caden not going to give up on it. Now it's going to be taken away here by Hillsboro. Hillsboro with it. Retzlaff in the open floor. Little spin move there on Richardson. He'll come to the cup. Missed the layup. Nakari somehow brings it in. Here comes Nakari Morikel Palmer down the lane. All the way through. 2 defenders. Missed the layup. Isaacson again keeping it alive for Southeast of Saline until Nakari can take over. And now they're going to call player control on Nakari Morikel Palmer.
Well, I'm glad he kept his composure because he's got every reason to be frustrated right now.
First foul on Nakari Morikel Palmer. That is just the third turnover for Southeast of Saline. Nakari gets a nice hand. I think the crowd here knows what he's going through right now.
Yeah.
You can almost see at that time, he put his head down and he's like, I'm taking this to the basket, see what happens. 46-23. Southeast still doubling up Hillsboro here.
It's a travel.
They're going to call a jump ball situation, so Caden Isaacson via the arrow will take it away from the Hillsboro Trojans. 1:32 left to play here in the third. Going to be kind of strange for these kids to have a Friday night off, isn't it, tomorrow?
Yeah, it'd be kind of refreshing, really.
Yeah. Nice little break, a 3-day break, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
With them playing on Monday, that's a good deal.
Yeah. Still keep your same pattern. And Sacred Heart will be hosting on Monday. Sacred Heart does not have a game tonight or tomorrow. They will play their next game on Monday against Southeast in Salina. Case and Lilly on the floor. Isaacson will kick it out to him. Lilly will try a 3. That won't go. Retzlaff gets the rebound with 1 minute left to go here in the third. Brecken Retzlaff across the timeline. Drew Richardson will play him on defense. Long 3 from Hillsboro won't go. Case and Lilly with the rebound. Here comes Kaysen. He'll hesitate. Now left-hand side, go back to Sawyers. Sawyers on a baseline and lost the handle. It was poked out of bounds and stay with Southeast of Saline. Richardson, Sawyers, Lilly, Jake Gebhardt, Caden Isaacson on the floor. Richardson with it. Lob pass over the top to Kaysen Lilly. See what Southeast can do here offensively. They have owned this third quarter. It started really 4 minutes left to go in the second. Lilly down low on the block. Plays it back out to Jake Gebhardt. He'll drive baseline. Now play it back through to Caden Isaacson. Isaacson wants to drive. Stops in the paint. Puts up a 12-footer. That won't go. And the rebound taken down by Hillsboro. Well, the rebounder, Tyson Plintert there for Hillsboro, came down on somebody's foot. Here's Brecken Retzlaff now behind his back all the way to the cup. Left-handed layup. He missed it. Here comes Southeast. Kason Lilly has 13 seconds. Down the middle of the paint. A couple of Hillsboro Trojans reach in. Sawyers comes soaring in to get the layup. The rebound. Now looking to go back at the glass. Puts it up and in. 6 in the quarter for Eli Sawyers, and that's the end of the quarter. 48-23. Southeast of Saline owns the third, and they will take a big 25-point lead into the fourth and final quarter when we come back. You're listening and watching on SalinaPost.com to live stream video presented by Smart Insurance.
Suburban Appliance Center is your official dealer for Traeger grills. Check out this 6-in-1 versatile unit that grills, bakes, smokes, roasts, braised, and barbecues. Suburban is your exclusive dealer for the Traeger Timberline series, and they have your Traeger spices too. Suburban Appliance Center, they are locally owned and they offer appliance brands like Amana, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and of course Maytag. Suburban also offers exceptional service. Suburban Appliance Center, 1900 South 9th.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Hillsboro High School, one final quarter. Devin Haney along with Francis Flax, Brian Denton providing live stream video, and Big Sam Pretty producing and engineering back at Studio Central. 48-23, Southeast of Saline leading after outscoring Hillsboro 16-7 in that third quarter.
Do you know Hillsboro has not scored double figures in any quarter?
It's been impressive. We always love to talk about the offense, but a lot of that, as it was Tuesday night, set up by Southeast of Saline's defense. Inside, a couple of opportunities there for Tyson Plintert, and he's going to score his first basket of the night.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that you'd be at a game and Ratzlaff would be on the bench?
No.
He's not in the game.
Yeah. Here's a long rebound taken off of a Southeast of Saline miss. Here is Nicholas Smith with it. Every time he dribbles, it's a little bit of an adventure. He has it taken away there by Southeast of Saline. Drake Augustine all the way to the cup off the pass will score. Augustine, 8 points. 50-25. There's a trap by Southeast of Saline, and Nakari Morkel Palmer was going to take the ball away right when Hillsboro called a timeout, and it's a 30-second timeout. 50-25 our score, 6:42 left to play here on KINA.
At home or on the road, K4 Garage will keep you moving. With over 12 years of mechanic experience, owner Nick Trout will diagnose and repair your engine to keep you in the game. Full-service gas, diesel, or tires. K4 Garage also has a fully stocked convenience store with snacks and drinks. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 6, Saturday from 9 until 3. Trust K4 Garage with keeping you on the road. And if it has oil, they can change it at K4 Garage in Gypsum.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
6:42 left to go in this one. Special Thursday night basketball here on KINA. Devin Haney along with Francis Flax, and both these Southeast teams looking to keep it rolling here tonight. Both looking to seal the deal and go to 5-0, boys and girls. Right now the boys have 6:42 left to do some work here on a Thursday night. Hillsboro has the basketball. They pass it into the backcourt. Lincoln Weichert has it. Daniel Kerr, Drake Augustine, Eli Sawyers, Luke Gebhardt, and Nakari Morkel Palmer all on the floor for the Trojans of Southeast. Here's Plintert with it on the right wing. They'll throw it out top. Dawson Bolt picks it up. Augustine there to bottle him up. Bolt gets it back for a three-pointer. Got it to go. That's his third one of the night. He leads Hillsboro in scoring with 9.
Yeah, when he's open, he's proved that he can hit it.
Dawson Bolt, a 5'6" junior. There's Augustine with it. Now back to Luke Gebhardt. Sawyers for a long-distance three off the front of the rim. That won't go. Nakari with the rebound. Played it back out to Daniel Kerr off the tip. Kerr's three won't go, but Sawyers comes crashing in and now has 16 points. .5:43 left to go. There's a three-pointer. That's up no good from Plinert. And Hillsboro gets their own rebound. Bolt has it back. Augustine an arm's length away. Now they're going to call a little bump foul here on Drake Augustine. For Drake, that is his first. Nobody for Southeast of Saline has more than one foul. They've only committed 5 fouls all night. Hillsboro, they've only committed 3 fouls.
Well, it's that's what you call a good refereeing job.
Not spending a lot of time at the free throw line. Hillsboro passing that ball way out front. Luke Gebhardt took off running after it, and Hillsboro's going to get caught with a traveling violation. Turnover number 6 for the homestanding Trojans here. And that Southeast defense just makes you do stuff that might be a little uncharacteristic, doesn't it?
It sure does. You know, I thought Abilene the other night when we played them, I bet the Abilene coach thought, man, how many players did they have out there on the court?
Here's a nice pass on a curl cut. Luke Gebhardt hitting Nakari Morkel-Palmer. And now Nakari in double digits with 11. 5 minutes left to go here in this one. 54-28. Shot up and good for Hillsboro. That's for Lincoln Weichert. He has 7.
Well, what you're seeing right now is what Hillsboro didn't want to happen. Track meet. And we're just scorching them.
Nakari with it at the free throw line. Tried to go to the lob to Sawyers. Sawyers looks at him and says, hey, man, throw it up the rim.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to finish that at. Now a line change here for Bryson Flax. He's going to put in Connor Castleman, Drew Richardson. Also into the game, Kason Lilly, Jake Gebhardt, and for our viewing pleasure, Caden Isaacson.
Well put.
4.5 left to go. 54-30. There's a ball slapped out of bounds by Drew Richardson. In for Hillsboro, Seth Driggers returns to the contest. Also, Noah Beavers has just checked in. He's a 6'3 sophomore. Dawson Bolt has it. 3 3-pointers for Dawson Bolt so far this evening. He'll drive to the elbow on this one, put up a 2. That's going to roll around and roll home. 5 points in the quarter, 11 points for the game for Dawson Bolt. So we approach the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. Here's Connor Castleman for 3. That one rattles out no good. Rebound down low for Hillsboro.
Glad to see him take the shot. Wide open.
Absolutely. Hillsboro quickly down the floor. Bolt with it, slammed on the brakes. Now comes back, slings left. There's Plinert driving in. And a player control foul called. Plinert made the shot. And they're going to say it's a foul. The second one of the game on Tyson Plinert.
Well, Castleman held his ground. He stood there right there and took it.
3:48 left to go, 54-32. Biggest lead in the game, Southeast of Saline, 26 points. They've led the whole way. They started this game on a 5-0 run before Brecken Ratzliff was able to score 2. But the lead the entire way has belonged to Southeast. Castleman with it inside. Caden Isaacson. Isaacson a little turnaround. Shot put up, no good. Hillsboro got a little piece of that one. Now back the other way come the homestanding Trojans. A little hesitation dribble and a foul will be called. The basketball will not go in though. Tyson Plinert had that ball rattle around and fall out. And a foul called on Southeast of Saline against Jake Gebhardt. That is his first. 2 free throws coming up for Tyson Plinert with 3:15 left to go. First free throw is good.
Well, Hillsboro is a team that will get better as the season goes on, and they have a lot more room for improvement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they actually recognized the state championship team in between the girls and the guys game. There was a lot of guys in street clothes, weren't there?
Yeah, sure were.
They lost a lot of seniors off that squad from a year ago. And those were guys that were playing varsity for 2-3 years. There's a block on the defensive end for Hillsboro with 3 minutes left. They will take back custody of the basketball. Good defense here by Case and Lilly. Now, Kaden Isaacson nearly stealing one away. Now Lilly does. Havoc being created by Lilly and Isaacson.
I tell you, it doesn't make any difference. We just play defense. That's all there is to it.
Jake Gebhardt for 3. That won't go down. Now Dawson Bolt leading a 3-on-none break. It's going to end up in a run out, and Seth Triggers with his first basket of the game. He has 2. Richardson with it. He'll bounce it into Isaacson. Isaacson retreats now out to the free throw line. He'll play it to Castleman. A couple of substitutes waiting at the scores table. Britton leads one of them. Kirby Davis, another one.
Score.
There's Isaacson inside. Had a drop step, but he buried himself underneath the rim. A foul comes, though. It'll send Kaden Isaacson to the free throw line.
Third personal foul, number 1, Tyson Plinter.
Tyson Plinter gets the foul. It is his third personal, also third team foul for Hillsboro. 2:07 left to go. First free throw by Kaden Isaacson, misses the mark.
Isaacson. In for Southeast, number 20.
Kirby Davis does check in here. Britton Leeds will sit at the scores table and come in for Isaacson if he's able to knock this free throw down. And that one crawls out, looked just like the first one. 2 minutes left to play, 54-35. Southeast of Saline has it on cruise control here for the last 2 minutes. There's a shot put up by Plinter. That's no good. Kirby Davis with the rebound. They'll play it out to Case and Lilly, and a timeout here for Bryson Flax to get Britton Leeds into the game. He doesn't want to use the timeout. He just wants to sub, so that's what he will do. Kaden Isaacson will come out. Of course, we'll have the games for you on Monday. Southeast of Saline will visit Sacred Heart. Live stream video presented by Salina Ortho on Monday on SalinaPost.com. Leads with it. He'll swing it around to Jake Gebhardt. 90 seconds left to go in this one. Pretty good night for the people wearing purple, isn't it, Coach?
Very good night.
Girls were victorious. They beat Hillsboro, gave Hillsboro their first loss of the season, 45-40 earlier on. Right now, Southeast of Saline just melting the clock down. They have taken it now down all the way to a minute. Nearly turned it over. Case and Lilly had a chance to get it back, and then Hillsboro will take it back away in a run-out layup. That is up and good for Easton Shahan. His first basket of the game. Southeast of Saline with it. Here's Case and Lilly on the drive and a layup for 2. 5 points for Case and Lilly. 8 different Southeast players have scored in this game. There's Smith for 3. Can't get it to go. Castleman with the rebound. They'll play a right-hand side to Jake Gebhardt. Now back up center court to Case and Lilly, and he's just going to retreat out and let the clock run away. 56-37 will be our final score. Southeast of Saline has moved to 5-0. They drop Hillsboro down to 2-3 on the season with a big victory here, 56-37. Southeast of Saline wins it over Hillsboro, and the Trojans complete the clean sweep here in Hillsboro on a Thursday night. Final score, 56-37. Trojans win it. Back with final scoring after this. Also, a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. It's the postgame show brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers after a Trojan victory, 56-37 here on KINA.